Captains for tonight's game for the Bombers, number 13, Eli Jones, number 44, Kingston McKeechan Savia, number 72, Lucas Boxstaller, and number 73, Caleb Purdue. For Southside's captains tonight, number 8, Joseph Kincannon, number 15, Jaden Webb, and number 45, Dominic Parkinson.
Well, a very pleasant good evening here tonight. We've got our first ball game of the conference season. The 6A conference will start here as Southside will take on Mountain Home. I'm Keith Evans. I'll be calling the action tonight along with my broadcast partners, Coach Doug Pogue and Terrell King. And gentlemen, both teams come to the ball game tonight 3-0. Southside a big 41-28 victory over Little Rock Southwest, while Mountain Home won 50-25 over Rolla, Missouri.
Well, this is the first conference game for both teams, and Southside moving to the 6A. So it's a first for them for sure, and I'm sure both teams would love to be able to get off on the right foot. But I'm excited to see Southside, turn into what they had a great season last year to continue that process.
As you look at the game, too, it was a game where this Mountain Home team, they come into the ball game at 3-0. But let's go back to last week for Southside. It was a ball game last week where really probably what the difference was for Southside, that was a game where they had a couple of touchdowns taken off the board, just way too many penalties in the ball game.
Tough penalties and then opportune times. And, some of those, we're like everybody. We like to question them. And you got to think one or two of them are probably legit. But, man, they seem like the calls they made against our side they had a big impact on how those drives were going and shut some of those drives down. So
yeah, I was telling some folks, too, the thing is Peyton Zimmerman, he's had 2 touchdown kickoff returns called back on. Yeah,
that's tough.
He's going to be standing in the end zone looking around trying to find some yellow on the ground. So, they got to correct that. And I think it was a game last week where Southside was just a bit flat coming out and they did what they had to do to win. They're 3-0, and you start the conference here. And real excited about the conference, guys. Playing in the 6A, it's going to be different. Going to go some different places, and each week's going. You talk about the 7A being a challenge. The 6A definitely.
Oh yeah, it is. It's no matter what division you're in or what classification, it's always going to be a challenge. And some of the better teams like Greenwood and Shiloh, and this Mountain Home team has got it going on. At one point in time, a few years back, they were kind of at the bottom of their conference, and they've elevated their play, and they got it rolling right now.
And Terrell, I've got to ask you this: you're kind of the Zen master over there, and able to predict things. You predicted last week that Peyton Zimmerman was going to have a big ball game, and as far as you look at the team tonight, who do you think is going to be our go-to guy?
I don't think it's going to be a go-to guy, and it kind of goes back to one of the things I was thinking as key of the game. Mountain Home, I think those guys are going to come out, and they're going to play us about like Northside did. Coach and I were actually talking about this earlier. Now, I don't see us getting behind 21. I think our defense is going to step up. They kind of understand the pace of this 6A now, and I think they're going to get after them. But on the flip side, I think we're going to see a lot of different guys have a lot of touchdowns. So if anybody's going to have a lot of touchdowns tonight, I think it's going to be Dallas. That's what I'm going to go with on any kind of prediction. I think Dallas is going to have a big night.
Southside are going to get the ball first here as they'll tee the ball up. Your kicker will be Isaac Bullard. Back deep will be Peyton Zimmerman along with Jaden Webb. Bullard approaches the ball, gets the kickoff.
They're all sides. They didn't call it.
Take it to the house then.
And here's a breakaway. He's got a chance to one man to beat. He's at the 50, 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Southside.
Well, there you go.
No yellow.
No flag.
No yellow, so you just take it to the house. It's the best way to neutralize that non-call.
No kidding.
But what a great job of blocking,
Oh,
guys.
yeah, there was that hole opened up that I think any one of us three could have ran through it.
I don't know about that.
I think we could have run through it side by side holding the hands, man.
Yeah.
That was like a dump truck size hole. That was impressive.
Guys, I'll tell you what, it reminded me of, as a kid, got to go see Anthony Davis from USC run a kickoff back, and they kind of parted the sea in the middle, and nobody touched him.
I bet that was fun to watch.
The last block was by Jaden Webb, who was the
Other man
deep.
Yeah.
So, a lot of times those guys, those deep guys, just stand there and watch, but he did a great job of getting out in front of him and made that last crucial block for him.
Well, maybe he's going to want him to return the favor later on.
Well, that's what we always tell him. I said,
right.
hey, you want this guy to block for you, then you need to block for him. So,
And, guys, I'm a little surprised they actually kicked it to Peyton Zimmerman after the last 2 weeks. You would think you'd kick away from him, but what I was very impressed with was about midfield. He had that second gear he turned on and just outran the guy to the end zone.
he looked more like his brother there.
Yeah, he
with
can
that
fly.
Speed.
He can fly.
Well, that's about as good of a start as you can get, guys.
Yeah. It's how you draw it up, I think.
Well, I know that Coach West does a lot of their special teams, and I know he does on the kickoff return. And I know that they spend a lot of time on that stuff. It's not something that they don't work on, or you just kind of work on it but they have days and they split it up as far as their different blocking and the different ways they return it. So.
Here's a short kick going to be returned, and he's going to be hit and dropped at the 34-yard line. That's where the Bombers will start their first drive. And guys, something we need to make a point too. I'm just watching those flags, and it's more of a swirling wind. It's actually going crossways on the field right now, but it was a real strong blow that you definitely want to have the wind in the fourth quarter.
Well, somebody lied to me. It's not the wing two.
Have your quarterback back there with one back in the backfield. Here's a handoff. He's going to be hit and dropped after about a 1-yard gain.
Joseph Kincannon coming up from a safety spot.
Your quarterbacks, Brantley Phillips, will have Jacob Chenoweth in the backfield. Second down. He's going to keep the ball here, and he's going to be hit. Escapes the first man, will go forward for about 3 yards, where leading the charge for the Southside defense is Braxton Youngblood. Bring up third down, third, and about 6. And you guys were talking, too, that this Mountain Home team will do a lot of wing tee. And, I go back to Bob Gatlin and Southside as the quarterback's going to roll out here, looks to throw down the field, and nothing there. He's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. Big old number 55 for Southside making the play. That's Daniel Morales.
Well, I was told that's what, and I didn't really research it, but anyway, I was told they ran the wing tee. Well, that wasn't anything like the wing tee.
That wasn't.
All of it was spread, and they had 3 trips to
the field mostly.
To the field, and that all that pass route was, it was just a flood route, and just trying to flood the zone, and Southside did a good job of covering it.
Brantley Phillips will be your punter. It'll be a short kick. Going to go out of bounds.
Yeah.
Southside should have great field position here. They'll mark the ball still moving up at about the 42-yard line.
Mountain Home was where Ryan Mallett was at.
Oh, yeah.
Before he went to Whitehall, and then he had an unfortunate accident.
That was a tough year on the Razorbacks. You had him and Alex Collins.
No kidding.
And Southside will go with one back in the backfield. That's Webb, along with your quarterback, Blake Forsgren. Coach, does it kind of change up the distance of your passing game when you have a swirling wind like this?
Sometimes it does. It can have an effect. It can make the ball sail on you, and sometimes it depends on what way the wind's blowing. That they tend to. One way you might run the ball more, the other way you might throw the ball more, especially if it's you got the wind with you.
He's second down, 2nd and 12. Forrest Green wants to throw the ball, has a high throw. It's going to be incomplete, intended for Zimmerman over the middle. Tell you, if he hits him in stride there, that may be another foot race because your safety was actually on the right hash, so he was kind of out of the play. So
he let that ball sail.
But, you know, the thing I've noticed the last 2 weeks for the Mavs, though, against Central, we really were able to control getting that nice gain on first down, putting ourselves up second short, but it seemed like more against Southwest, due mainly to the penalties.
Right.
It was usually second, third, and long.
And that has a lot to do with your play calling. And
You're going to get a hold call here.
I'll tell you what, Mountain Home, they come out playing fast on defense.
They'll bring up fourth down. Jaden Webb will check in to punt the ball away. Both teams have had, well, actually, Southside, I guess you would call it 2 possessions. You got the kickoff return for the touchdown, and then both teams go 3 and out on their first offensive possessions. Caden Dotson will be back deep for the Bombers. Getting Jaden Webb, your punter, stands back at his 28-yard line. Going to be a short kick.
I don't believe either punter got off very good punts, did
They're
they?
just about identical.
Yeah. I believe they gained a few yards on that one because I think they punted from about the 35-yard line. And
maybe got a couple yards on him.
yeah.
Well, speaking of that, Keith, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but that Jersey Mike sure was good.
Yeah, you can say that. Actually, they brought the food up to us, and you know, when you get food like that, we'll always mention that.
I'm always going to mention it sometime.
Sonic or Jim's Razorback Pizza, we'll mention
That's
it.
right.
Yes. Here's an option play, and there's a nice defensive play. He gets back there. He doesn't make the play, but it's a good job nonetheless of slowing the play down. That was Joe Kincannon, I believe. Ethan Dunn makes the play.
Yeah, he cleaned it up. Joseph's the one that had the first initial hit.
So Mav's doing a good job, and we're really seeing a lot of Joe Kincannon really kind of playing as another linebacker here.
The old Tony Bua.
There's a handoff. The running back makes a nice move. We'll get a first down, and we'll get to the south side of territory, and we'll drive forward inside the 45 down to about the 40-yard line.
Pay attention, number 1.
That's a lot of missed tackles.
That's what I mean. You better watch him. He became hard to bring down all of a sudden.
Yeah, that was Chenoweth on the carry. They're back, and they're going to get down to about the 35-yard line. That is Dawson Dunlap. Gains 5 on the play. Braxton Youngblood there to make the play for the Mavs. There's a handoff off the right side. He's going to get another first down. And the ball comes loose.
Called it down. They're going real quick, and they probably have or there's a word, and they're basically running the same play either to the right or to the left. And when you have success one play, you keep running it, and then the quarterback will keep it.
There he goes.
They'll get another first down to the 15-yard line. That's Phillips on the carry. And that's a lot like what Southside does too, Coach. You keep working that with the running back, and then the quarterback pulls it back.
I think they were trying to run that RPO earlier until they got that big sack from behind. They're just handing it off.
Here's a handoff to the outside, and it's going to cut it back in. We'll have a first down inside the 5-yard line down to about the 3. That's Chenoweth on the carry. Be first and goal at the 4-yard line. They started this drive on the Mountain Home 42-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's a handoff. Going to cut it back to the inside. They're going to hit him at about the 2 and drive him back. Bring up second goal.
Their backs are doing a very good job of just kind of finding the hole and then darting up inside of it, finding the crease.
Looks like they may bring another tight end into the ball game.
It's always something I like to debate, Coach. You call that a read, running back? Is he reading the hole?
And off the outside, and there's a nice play by Southside, going to stop him at about the 2-yard line.
Oh, I don't know if it's a read, but it's
Just looking for daylight.
Anytime it's not the blocking anymore. It's not just man-on-man blocking. It's mainly zone blocking or counter blocking, and they
Going to run it again into the end zone, touchdown. Chenoweth for a 2-yard touchdown run. And Doug, you were right. They were running a lot faster because there's still 7:16 on the clock.
Yeah.
As Isaac Ballard comes in to attempt the extra point. Ball is down, your kick is up. This kid has a good leg. I was watching him warm up, and he was putting it on the track several times. Gentlemen, that was a 10-play, 58-yard drive, all on the ground.
And all of it basically in between the tackle. Now, one time they bounced it a couple of times, and it's
well, that's where we got the stop.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, when they bounced it out on the first play, we got the stop out there, and
we had an opportunity on the second down play back on their after they got the ball, and God, we missed a bunch of tackles, and give their back credit because he's running. They run hard.
Yeah, they got a couple.
Does a good job of picking his O's.
They got a couple big chunk plays in that one too.
So what they really try to do, guys, what you're saying is they don't. It's not so much I'm going to try to bounce it out and try to make a big play. I'm going to take what they give me.
Right.
Well, and to Coach's point earlier, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Coach, but that was mainly all inside zone, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And so you got a kind of a natural double team there with the offensive line on one, or occasionally you'll have two double teams out there.
Right.
And you just march behind those double teams.
Now the quarterback.
Get on it. Gosh.
That's not good.
Nope. I think they've practiced that kick before.
But again, too, I want to make a point you made earlier, Coach. They were offsides on the kick.
Yeah.
They're on outsides on this side right here, and usually the other guy, he's on the visiting side that has the kickoff.
Big turn of events here after the opening drive for South. Running back on the kickoff. Want to throw the ball here. He's got time to throw the ball deep, has a wide open receiver, touchdown.
Had our eyes in the backfield.
Yeah.
That was Bryce Kincaid for the touchdown.
Well, we had the momentum to start the second half, and then we got the ball back, forced a punt, and then didn't do anything with it, and then
It has a tough break, though, on the kick. It just bounced off of a
yeah,
play.
it was a kick to the middle man, and he missed it, and then it hit the deep man, and it's just you're right. It's kind of unfortunate.
Well, I know how much you like those golf analogies, but he had a lot of backspin on that one. That thing was spinning like crazy.
Well, I was just kind of curious to see what kind of kick they would do after the opening kickoff. I knew they wouldn't kick it to number 16 more than likely, and so I think it was mainly just a short kick, just to we'll give you a little bit of field position, but Southside just really pretty much botched the play up. That's what happened. Folks, remember our game sponsor tonight is Fort Smith Therapy and Health Wellness. You can get individual therapy, couples, family, and children therapy. That was a lot of scoring, barely 5 minutes into the ball game. Actually, not even 5 minutes into the ball game. It's been special teams have really been good and bad if you're the Mavericks. Again, Ballard will tee the ball up. Hey, watch 41, guys. I was watching him on the previous one. See if he's...
They're all sides again.
Mm-hmm. Far side.
Get the ball to Jaden Webb. Makes a nice return up close to the 40-yard line. We'll get it to 39.
I see that you get the ball at the 40, and I don't know why. I know they were lucky they got the ball back, but heck, sometimes I think you're just better off just onside kicking it, and that way you have a chance to recover it instead, because they're getting, your
Same position, yeah.
10 yards, but
Well, that was where I think a little more communication that time that Jaden Webb
Yeah,
came
yeah,
up and
well,
fielded the ball.
well, Ethan let the ball go, so
So Valkeem Fox will check into the backfield for the Mavs. Now they'll bring a man in motion. And he'll hand it to the motion man. That's Webb coming around. We'll get up to about the 41-yard line where Caden Del Soto makes the play. Bring up second down, 2nd and 8 for the Mavs. Guys, this isn't me. I'm watching this Bomber defense. They seem to have some speed off the corners.
They look like they're flying to me.
Yeah.
Got some guys playing both ways.
Right.
Dunlap along with Chenoweth out there at corner. Forsgren wants to throw. We'll throw the ball. It's going to be incomplete, intended for Joe Kincannon. Nice defensive play over there by Taylor Palmer. Knocks the ball away.
That's a pretty throw, too.
Well, guys, we talked about this going into the Central game 2 weeks ago, getting off to a quick start. We got off, I would say, to a quick start with the kickoff return, but really kind of have struggled with the last 5 minutes. See what Southside wants to do.
They
here.
got to put something together offensively to
kind of take away that momentum that the
Right.
Bombers have right now. Going to come with the inside blitz. Going to throw the ball. It's going to be complete. Going to have a first down.
Pretty.
That's Peyton Zimmerman on the catch. Right at midfield.
There's another one that put it right on the marker. On the yard line. Because he was really on the other side of the 50.
I thought he was about the 49 myself. Yeah.
He was.
I'm going to open this window up and holler down to him next time. He first and 10 for the Mavs. So right at midfield. This will be the 4th play of this drive that started at the 39-yard line. Here's a inside handoff and trying to get going there. Can't get much going and going to be knocked down. Webb right at the line of scrimmage. Now, Southside finding it a little bit tough right now, guys, as far as trying to run between the tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Bring up second down, 2nd and 10. As we talked about earlier, you got to really kind of stay ahead of the change if you can, and that's kind of been a struggle for Southside. They were able to pick up the first down on 3rd and 10 on this drive. It'll be second down, 2nd and 10. Though the ball is going to be incomplete, goes off the hands of Wilson Key, incomplete.
Well, only rushing 3 and dropping 8. So it's going to be difficult on throwing it, and then they might, at times they brought, when they completed the pass, they brought one linebacker, but they're not rushing more than 4. So they're just rushing 3, and that's not even close.
Well, and kind of going back to something you said earlier, Coach, I mean, it may have a little bit to do with that wind because it's actually helping him when he's throwing this direction. Seems to be throwing a little tall.
Jaden Webb will check back in the ball game to punt the ball away as Caden Dotson will go back and stand at his 15-yard line. Good punt by Webb. Going to land at the 15 inside the 10-yard line, and it's a good job by Southside getting down the ball down at the 2-yard line. Actually spotted right at the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
That's the way you want to do it right there.
Yeah.
See what Southside wants to do defensively here. Coach, do you think we saw it, I believe it was against Central. Was it Central or Southwest where we went to the 4-man front?
It was Southwest.
See if they want to maybe try to come up with that again. This is more of a wing T formation.
Yeah. And there's a hole.
Hand off to the inside. He's going to gain about 12 yards.
He just did a good job of this sliding, and
Hand off again. There's another big hole, going to get up to about the 19-yard line. That was Chenoweth again on the carry. He's not an easy target, guys. You look at the size-wise, he's not very big, and we're hitting him high. He's been able to break that first tackle.
see how he bends it back to the backside.
Yeah, they almost ran that as a counter. Those
Yeah.
two H-backs came over this way.
Yeah.
They lined up over there and then counter block. That misdirection's tough, man. You're kind of guessing.
They're doing a good job on the offensive line, too, guys, of really getting some good running lanes coming out there. So
I've noticed on defense and offensive line, they got some giants out there.
See right there how he went, and then it wasn't, and so he just kind of bend it to the outside a little bit, and there's nobody setting the edge there, so they're getting washed down and allowing that outside that tackle to be able to a good running lane.
that's Dawson Dunlap on the carry. Dunlap's another one of those guys that plays both ways. Quarterback's going to keep it here, and they've got him trapped in the backfield for a big loss. I believe that was Morales.
I think it was too, sir.
That's two that Daniel made.
That seems to be the most effective defensive play for Southside is when they work off the fake. It's these quick hitters that has been really the difference in the ball game so far. Though the ball's going to be incomplete behind the intended receiver, they tried to get that to Caden Dotson, goes incomplete. We'll bring up third down, third and about 14. Big opportunity here for the Southside defense to get off the field. We've got 3:32 to go here. Southside trails 14-7. So we've got our cameras on the sidelines tonight doing a great job. The girls doing a great job as always.
Empty quarterback draw, and
Not going to get it.
Going to get to the 45, be about 5 yards short.
They going to punt this one, Coach?
don't look like it.
Well, you got a defense playing pretty good right now, and they've been playing this side of the field, so that's Brantley Phillips.
They might try to draw him on. Yeah, he's going to punt it now. It's just, it's called that.
The old pooch kick, and that's going to be a good one, too. And gets in the end zone. You know, Frank Broyles would be proud if he saw that, Coach.
Oh, gosh, I remember the kick. He tried to pooch kick against Baylor, and it was 0-0. When I was a kid, and it went over. They snapped it over their punter's head, and they got it. And it was short field position or short field, and ended up scoring and beat us 7-0. And I think that's when the pooch kick maybe died back then.
Southside will start this drive on the 20-yard line. Took a good hop to get in that end zone. Here's a keeper by Forsgren, going to get about 7 yards. Be second down, 2nd and 3. Going to hand off to Webb. Going to be hitting the backfield. Going to lose about 2 yards.
He should have kept that one. I don't know if it was a read or he was running out of pistols, so I don't know.
Bring up another third down for the Mavs.
This young offensive line is getting tested.
Yes.
Next will be third down, 3rd and about 4 for the Mavs. They're going to bring the heat here. Forsgren throws it, going to be complete.
And here's the sad thing about it. They're going to give him the 30. But the sad thing about it, they had blockers downfield, and they ran right by the guy.
Well, they're not saying first down or not. Yeah, he gave him the first down.
I mean, if it's on the 30, it's the first down. I mean, you know.
Just because of how they spot it now.
Yeah, well, that might be a little bit too, but the sad thing about it, he had plenty of room.
Oh,
Right.
That should have been around the 50 at least.
Yeah.
Yes. Here's the keeper. No, hand off to Webb off the left side. Makes a nice move. We'll go forward to about the 45. We've got another flag on the play.
It's either a face mask or a hold the way it came. Looks like it's a hold.
Yeah, this will be the second holding penalty if it is a hold on the Mavericks. Guys, we're playing behind the sticks again.
Because of penalties.
Be first and 19 for the Mavs. 1:12 to go here in the first quarter. Southside trails 14-7.
So they dropped to a 3-man front. I wonder if 25 is still coming, Coach.
Might go back to that screen play. I thought the ball's going to be incomplete over the middle, and that probably was a good thing because you had the safety coming up, playing the passing lane right there. And if that had been a good pass, it might have been going the other way.
You're exactly right.
Bring up second down, second and 19.
Blake's a little off. He's not very sharp right now.
Just when you're a play caller, though, guys, you don't really like to have to call plays for second and 19.
No.
Over the middle, going to be complete.
There
It's
he
going to be a
goes.
foot race, and they're going to get him from behind at the 40-yard line. Looked like he might have horse-collared him there. I believe that was
I think he pulled him forward, so that's not a horse collar. The horse collar has to be pulled backwards. I think because I think he grabbed him and pulled him forward.
that was Peyton
Backwards
Zimmerman.
or down is my understanding. They got to go straight down.
Well, all I know is they marked the ball right on the line.
Yep.
Be first and 10. That's a good job. Nice pitch and catch. And I'll tell you, it's a good job by the safety coming over and saving the touchdown, too. Handoff trying to bounce it outside. That's a good job by Webb breaking the first tackle. Is going to fight his way down to about the 30-yard line. Now you're in a situation, guys, you've got second down, second and about 2. I mean, this is obviously run pass right here, guys.
Yeah, I would.
I would have to say that they probably at times, they've had trouble getting off the field on their defense, and they did the last time, but, Mountain Home's had success. I would have to assume that they would try to keep the ball on the ground and run the clock, run time, because usually people don't understand. Sometimes a good defense is a good offense that will keep the ball.
Yeah.
So
Keep the other offense off the field.
yeah.
Be first and 10 for the Mavs. They'll spot the ball at the 26-yard line. This will be the last play of the first quarter. Southside trails 14-7.
But, in today's time, everybody loves the offense. They love a lot of points. They love the scoring and throwing the ball downfield. And
Going to bring him man in motion now. Here's a handoff again to Webb. Nice form tackle there. That was a play right there. I think he tried to, Coach, what you talk about, he tried to maybe go to the sideline, should just lowered that head.
yeah, he was. I tell you what, he was just basically undecisive of what he wanted to do. He got out there and he goes, okay, do I run over him? Do I make a move? And he just it kind of gave himself up. And
it's going to be the end of the first quarter. Southside trails 14-7. Let's go ahead and take a break here. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
Partners Sarah and Joey Hernandez, and managing partners Micah and Casey. Look at the picture.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Sonic Master, for all you do for Southside and
Well, gentlemen, a good drive so far by the south side. It'll be second down, 2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line, and this will be the 10th play of this drive. And as you guys were talking about, sometimes a slow offense, just moving the ball down, handing off is better than keeps your defense off the field. And that's what's happening here, guys.
Well, they hit the big play to Peyton there to got them out of the hole. And so it's and then they've ran the ball successfully the last few times. So maybe the offensive line is getting a little bit better, grasp of what Mountain Hope is trying to do defensively, and so they're able to get some running lanes.
And another thing that Southside really has done, for the most part, with exception maybe actually 2 of the first downs, the Zimmerman play obviously big, but the last couple of first downs, they're staying ahead of the change. Here's an inside pass going to be complete. It's 5, touchdown Southside. Peyton Zimmerman, 2 touchdowns tonight. He's had a big ball game again, guys.
Already, yeah.
I'll tell you, Terrell, you could almost go ahead and just call him out, because that's going to happen. I saw that when they were playing Alma, that he's capable of doing that.
Oh, yeah, he's a ball player.
Yeah, and you'll get some more guys involved in it, too. 10-play drive, but as you said, Coach, a big play of that drive was the pass completion to Peyton Zimmerman. I believe we had, 3rd and 19?
Yes, and got 40.
I think it was
60.
I don't know if it was 3rd and 19. I think it was 2nd because it was
That may be right.
Second play after the holding penalty.
Again, the Peyton Zimmerman show here. And, Coach, I've got to ask you about this. We've got this up here about the Fields of Faith coming up and going to be at Northside at Mayo Thompson Stadium on the 16th. What can you tell us about that?
Glad you asked me that. Field of Faith is October the 16th. It is a opportunity for high school students to come together and glorify God, and that's something that FCA is a mission field, and it's we try to reach high school students and middle school students to hopefully that they can change their lives. And in today's world, it is very important that we try to reach these young people.
So that's going to be 2 weeks from Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
it's October 16th, and there's 7 in Arkansas that.
Got a missed tackle over there, and he's going to get across the 30-yard line.
That's Wilson Keith made that stop there, Keith.
You got some of these kind of do-it-all guys out here. We talked about Grayson and York, but, a lot of these guys, you saw Wilson Key on special teams. You got Kincannon. You got Zimmerman playing defense. So,
well, I think it's important if you need to get your best players on the field. And, whether it's offense, defense, ball.
Ball on the ground. Southside has it.
They stripped him.
Yep.
That was a great job.
Yeah, somebody pulled that arm out.
Yeah, he looked like he was trying to cut it back.
And somebody pulled the arm. That's huge.
Smart play.
I think it might have been Jordan McDaniel.
He's had some big plays for the Mavs. The 1st and 10 for Southside is, I'll tell you what, guys, you talk about a game of momentum, 7 zip-z for Southside. Mountain Home comes back, goes ahead 14-7. Southside ties it up on a really nice 80-yard drive, and now they get the ball back after the turnover. Forsgren wants to throw the ball. He's got time to throw it over the middle. Throws it going to be complete to the inside. That's Joe Kincannon on the catch.
That's a good route concept between those two, because the other one kind of ran a wheel route, and he ran back up underneath him.
And number 16 is going to get a lot of special coverage, too.
Yeah.
It's going to open it up for somebody else. Be 1st and 10 right at the 20-yard line. Here's a handoff to the inside. That's Jaden Webb going to get maybe 1, maybe 2 yards.
That was just too slow developing.
Dawson Dunlap on the play for the Bombers. Will bring up second down, 2nd and 9 for the Mavs. Gentlemen, this is where you got to answer. You got the turnover. You need the points.
Yeah, you do.
Again, we've got 10:43 to go here, the second quarter. Here's a handoff. That's a keeper by Forsgren.
Come on.
Going to fire his way inside to the 10-yard line, maybe to the 9.
The only thing is well, I used to tell Blake, you got to turn that up. You know, he ran sideways, and he's not a sideways. He's got to go
get
east,
the yards.
He's got to go east and west out here. I mean, that's he's got to get the yard, and he had a chance to get the first down, and he tried to go sideways with it, and then got tackled and kept him from getting the first down.
The 2nd and 1 here. Going to hand the ball off here to the outside. That's Webb. Will fire it inside the 5. Tries to work his way down. Will be run out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. Coach, that's one where you really you talk about not getting the first down, but I think in that situation, you know, you've got 2nd and 1 right there on the 10-yard line. Is really better than 1st and goal at the 10. Here's a handoff to Webb again. Will fight his way down to about the 2-yard line.
You're probably right in that regards. But, you know, I always believe you need to get the first down when you can get them.
Yeah.
And so Southside's bringing in their heavy package. They're bringing in two linemen. They're heavy on one side.
Here's a handoff again to Webb. Touchdown, Southside.
Tell you what, I was watching Mountain Home's pretty impressive. Their linebackers are quick. They plug that gap and the holes really quick, and you know Southside don't have a lot of room, especially up inside between the tackles, to run like they've had the last few weeks.
Well, Coach, just kind of watching that too, though, they seem to be doing a little bit better job. What's Southside doing different now that's really kind of getting the offense going?
I'm sure that Coach Stewart, you know, he has those, you know, nowadays you have iPads and all that kind of good, you know, stuff that they can go back and look at and see. And a lot of times, especially if you're running some kind of inside zone stuff, you're looking at different fits and are you the guard or the tackle, are you getting up to the next level? And I'm sure he's pointed that out to your interior lineman that, hey, you need to work with this guy, and you know, they always say you got to block that first initial guy first, and so, you know, it's they're young, you know. Southside's, like I say, it's 3 juniors, 2 sophomores, and only 1 returning starter, and that's Nick Arnold, and he's a junior, and so, you know, it's still new to a lot of those guys.
Yeah,
and offensive line is a difficult position to play.
A lot of learning still happening.
Right, and you know, you see it all the way through your college ball and your professional ball. We're talking about your line, and so as some of the complexities of defenses now and the fronts and so forth, you know, you have to. You're constantly relearning, or you're having to do some different things to combat some of the stuff they're doing.
Well, I asked Coach Lundy one time, I said, Coach, if you had your choice between having an experienced offensive linebacker or an experienced quarterback, which would you take? He said offensive line, no doubt.
No doubt. You're right.
It's a good kick by
Rodrigo
Hernandez. Kicks it into the end zone for the touchback. Mountain Home now trails 21-14, 9:40 to go here before the half. Here's the inside handoff, and he's going to fight his way forward across the 25 to about the 27-yard line.
That's kind of some kind of wrap play because they wrapped the guard around, and he was the lead blocker.
Guys, do you get to a point in the game, though, when they're able to run the ball like this, you maybe stack that box up a little bit, force them to throw the ball?
Probably so.
If you can stop them.
Here's another handoff for the first down.
Here's the thing. Evidently, their offensive line must be pretty big.
They're hefty.
And so they're getting a push. You know, it sounds like get them in a scrum or whatever, and you see it all the time. They're getting pushed back, you know, by 2, 3, 4 yards at a time, and the touchdown was the same thing. And
Good job by Southside reacting to that play.
you know, one thing Southside does not have, you know, Nico's pretty good size in the middle. They're just not big. You know, they don't have a lot of this where you got 270, 280 linemen on defense.
As Parkinson made the play for Southside. Yeah, here comes the blitz, and they filled the hole up nicely on that. Yeah. And
You can see
Who's that?
You can see number, you know, the 73 and 72. You know, they were a double team, and they had driven the guy, you know, the defensive end all the way back, you know, to almost 10 yards.
yeah, I believe that was Youngblood back there again, wasn't it, guys?
I think that was Nico.
Yeah.
95. I think they traded him out.
Yeah, Nico's good to have in there. You got
Yeah.
some size.
And
Yeah.
Nico, for him to come back out, sure has helped them because they lost Quan, who started in that spot, and both of them rotated as sophomores, and so you know it's.
Going to come with a blitz. That's a nice
it.
blitz, and Dom can't get to him, and he's going to try to throw the ball down the field. It's going to be caught on the play. I'll tell you what, guys, that ball was just kind of thrown up there as a nice catch there by Gus Wilbur, but two guys in the same area. I think the first guy went for it, the second guy got it.
That's a throwing punt on
So
third down.
You can't let that happen.
Well, did you see the receiver? He about ran a circle, like a full circle at the end of his route. It's like the old hook and ladder.
Going to throw it again here, and the ball's going to be incomplete.
See, it's selling on him now. I wonder if that wind is having an effect on that ball.
Well, it looks like it's a sideways squirrel right now.
It is, but
Yeah.
Dallas is throwing strikes now. You know, it's just kind of interesting.
Well, the pass, that last pass they completed, it hung up there forever.
Yeah.
And you know, those are the ones that break your back because you got him sacked and you let him go. And
Yep. Parkinson timed that blitz perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a keeper by the quarterback, and he's going to be hit, dropped at the 25-yard line.
and that's where you got to go under control and not go, and you know they say chop your feet and be under control, and sometimes when you get to that point they got those, you know, that look like where they're just going to really get after the quarterback and hit him hard, and
Going to pitch it out, and let's see. He'll have the first down. They're going to spot it right at the 20-yard line. Perez there making the play for the Mavs. Peyton Perez on the tackle. But, guys, that was a good play. The previous play, a nice open field tackle by Joe Kincannon to negate a really big gain.
Oh, he baited him.
well, I would call it on the defense, but the right tackle moved. He flinched.
Well, when they have a discussion like this, it could go that way, guys.
Yeah, but it should be offsides. I've always contended when they can run up like that and you make that offensive line flinch, that should be on the defense for.
Be 1st and 5 now. Here's a handoff.
Now, I think, isn't it the new rule, like inside the tackles? That's kind of how it is, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of.
If you're within a step of the line or something.
Bring up second down, second and about 3.
See, the offensive line is getting a push. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're getting a good push right there as Chenoweth didn't even have anybody, no contact till about the 10-yard line.
Right. They're just basically overpowering Southside's defensive line.
That was Don Parkinson making the play for the Mavs. Be 1st and goal.
Well, and what I noticed about Don Parkinson making that play is he had number 57 for them on his back while he was doing it. I mean, holding on. He was going for a ride and still got in there and make the play.
Counter.
Now it's handed off the inside for the touchdown.
That's what we used to call. I don't know. They call it something else now, but we call it Miami Dolphins, where the guard wraps and leaves blocks. It's a power play.
So you said that earlier, wraps. What's the difference between a wrap and like a belly, like a trap?
Well, a trap was where he would go in front of the center, and
The wrap's behind him.
nobody blocks through the three technique or one technique, and he blocks down. The center blocks back. A wrap or a pull, when I say a pull, a lot of times they're going to block and kick a guy out. Well, the wrap is where he just wraps around the center and leaves up on the linebacker.
Becomes the new guard.
Like a power, and you double team the nose.
Gotcha.
Well, Jim, that was a very impressive drive for the Bombers, 11 plays, 80 yards, and obviously the big play was on, we had them down where we wanted them, and they hit the big play on us. And I think it was one of those plays, too, where maybe the guy that caught the ball wasn't the intended receiver, but you had two receivers in the same area, and it sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is good, and I think that was the case for the Bombers. Right. But that being said, once they did complete the pass, they just really lined it up and just took it to the south side defense to get the points.
Well, these guys specialize in running the ball. It's easy to see that, but, to your point, I think the receiver that caught that ball was just the receiver that made the better adjustment on the ball. I think it was just kind of up in the air, 50-50 ball, if you will.
Are we kind of watching our defenders, though, where we turned our backs to the play and
we
not really
did,
find the
but
ball?
that's what I'm saying. That receiver ran a complete circle to get back to that ball, so really your defender had no choice but to turn in a circle.
As Isaac Ballard will kick off, back deep will be Peyton Zimmerman. Can't see who that other number is on this side. I don't think that's way up back there, is it? Here's the kick, and they were offsides again, guys. Southside will get a nice return here, and a good return up to the 40-yard line. That's a good job of catching the ball, then getting that positive yardage. That was Laurimore, Barry Laurimore, that returned the ball for the Mavs. You got those good hands guys in there, guys, that they're obviously not going to try to kick the ball down to Zimmerman, so you definitely want the good hands guys. Southside will have good field position here. We've got 5:44 to go here before the half. Southside and Mountain Home tied at 21. Been a fun first half so far.
Been eventful.
Been a fast first half.
And Southside went back in the backfield.
Oh.
Ball's on the ground, but Forsgren jumps back on it. Looks like a little bit of indecision there in what he wanted to do, and then tried to take the ball back and ended up on the ground. Bring up second down, 2nd and 13. Got 5:20 to go here in the first half. Gentlemen, it's been a very back and forth game. Southside jumped out to a 7-zip lead, and then Mountain Home answered with 2 touchdowns. Southside got 2 touchdowns, and Mountain Home just tied it up. Forsgren wants to throw. We'll throw the ball. It's going to be incomplete off the hand intended to receiver. That was Zimmerman. Not an easy catch, guys. The ball was actually behind him, but
what do you say about that, Coach? If it hit your hands, what do you say about that?
That was a bad. Yeah, you're supposed to catch it, but gee, that ball was was thrown really hard, and it had been a tough catch.
Bring up 3rd down for the Mavs. They'll check Joaquin Fox into the ball game. Guys, do you think if they can get some positive yardage on this, maybe make it 4th and 3, something like that, maybe they go for it here? As Forsgren wants to throw, we'll throw the ball down the field. It's going to be incomplete. That was Jaden Webb. Going to be 3 and out for the Mavs.
Had Wilson open, going down the seam. He just.
So bring Jaden Webb will stay in the ball game to punt the ball away. Back deep will be Caden Dotson. There's a kick. Going to be a good kick that's going to take, hopefully, a good outside bounce, and it will. Should be inside the 20. Actually, I'll spot it right at the 20. That's where Mountain Home started their last drive. They had a very impressive 11-play drive. Tie the ball game up. Gentlemen, a big series here for Southside. You need to get off the field.
You're right.
Yeah, because they get the ball to start the second half. Going to be a keeper by the quarterback, going to cut it back up the field. Is going to get a nice gain across the 20 up to about the 27-yard line. That's Brantley Phillips on the carry. Joe Kincannon over there making the play for Southside. Again, Southside still working out of that 3-4 defense. And off the running back, going to have the first down. He crosses the 30-yard line to about the 33-yard line. That's Chenoweth on the carry. I believe that's Dwight Johnson in there for the Mavs. Along with Daniel Morales. Be first and 10 to the 33-yard line. Going to run it off the left side this time. He's got a nice hole, cuts it back inside. We'll have another first down across the 44-yard line. Got a flag on the play.
They just got a penalty. They drove one of our guys into the bench over there after the play was over with, which wasn't really smart. But I'm telling you right now, their linemen are locking up on us, and they are – I don't know if they'll give them the first down, and then or will it be –
Is this after the play? That'll be the key on what the call is.
Yeah.
Picked it up.
Are you kidding me?
I don't think Mountain Home's had a penalty all night.
I don't know how that's not a penalty because he drove him all the way to their bench. After the
He's
play,
hurt, too. He's down now.
After the play.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and take a timeout. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
Family, it's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in.
Between life, work, and family, sometimes the person that you need to take care of the most is you.
At Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness, you're never alone. Through our counseling, we can help you regain control of your emotions, mental health, and life. We provide both face-to-face and virtual therapy services. Whether it's for your child, family, or yourself, Fort Smith Therapy is here to help your true self shine through.
Schedule your appointment today with Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness.
Welcome back to action. It'll be first and 10 for the Bombers at the Mountain Home 44-yard line. That was Tristan Evans, the injured Maverick. He's able to walk off under his own power, which is a good thing. We've got 3:54 to go here in the second quarter, all tied up at 21. Gentlemen, like I said, I think this is a big series of the ball game right here. And guys, y'all can answer this after the play. As Phillips wants to throw the ball is going to be complete, and he makes the first man miss. We'll get another first down. Actually, I'll knock him back a bit. That was Bryce Kincaid on the catch. This Mountain Home team does a good job, guys, of a low center of gravity. We
have missed a ton of tackles.
That looked more like a limbo.
Yeah, I mean, we just whiffed on him. I mean, he went right underneath us. And
bring up second down, second and 2. Hand it off to the running back. He's going to, let's see where the spot's going to be.
He put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, that was Kincannon that made the play in the backfield.
But
I think he's down.
Well, gentlemen, I'll tell you what, I don't think he got a very good spot at all on that one.
Well, no, he went down back there, and then he tried to reach out, and that's
Yeah.
when he lost the ball.
Yeah.
So it's the correct spot. And then they're just going to wedge this up in front, and then
That's tough.
it's like the old Philadelphia, not the old Philadelphia.
The new
but
ones
they do
too,
with,
yeah.
Jalen Hurt, and so it's just tough to stop.
You know, it reminds me of you mentioned the Philadelphia Eagles on something like that. I remember when Buddy Ryan was the coach and he rubbed it in on Jimmy Johnson with Randall Cunningham. They faked down on the ball and scored a touchdown. The 1st and 10 at the Southside 43-yard line. Going to have a flag on the play. Let's see what this is going to be. It's a late flag.
Mm-hmm.
Legal shift. They're moving.
Thought maybe we might get a break and that might be a hold.
The illegal motion anymore is basically two people moving at the same time, or two people moving, or one person moving right before another guy gets set. You don't see the call where a guy is going in motion and gets a little head start going up the field. You don't see that call hardly anymore.
Well, we didn't see any hardly at all last week on the slot receiver. The 1st and 15, as Phillips wants to throw, he has time. Will throw the ball deep down the field. It's going to be complete.
What a great!
It's going to be a race to the end zone. Let's see. He hits the pylon and touchdown.
That was a great pass.
Yeah, Gus Wilbur.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. Their quarterback. That's two good passes he's thrown.
I'll tell you what's impressed me about him is when he keeps that ball and takes off, because he doesn't look like he'd be able to get down the field very well, but he's slippery.
He's just a junior also, so.
Well, you got 2:29 here, guys. You got to answer before the half.
Just about have to. They get the ball.
So Isaac Ballard will attempt the extra point. Would you guys say, though, as you watch this Bomber team, that's really pretty much a complete team, guys? We're thinking when they're running the ball good, they obviously don't like to pass it, but I'll tell you, they've hit some big plays tonight.
Yeah, they're 3-0 for a reason.
Yep.
And it wasn't. But I was talking to someone this week, and he said, "Hey, they're good. They might be the." They didn't think Southside was the second or third best team in the conference. They thought Mountain Home was with them and Shiloh. And so.
Well, Southside's got a kind of a gauntlet if you think about it. You got Mountain Home this week. You go to Lake Hamilton, who's one of the preseason contenders, and then finish that with Shiloh.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at these guys on paper, I mean, you felt like they were going to be at least what we saw at a Northside. But, we kind of got off to a little bit better start than that Northside game. And, I mean, these guys came to play.
Well, it's been a game of momentum. We jumped out to the quick lead. They came back, took the lead. We came back, tied it up, took the lead. They came back, tied it up, took the lead. So kind of a back and forth here, but, you're going to have to answer. Here's a kick. It's going to be a short kick that I believe that's Laurimore that's going to field it there. We'll get up to about the 35-yard line. That's a good decision, too, by Barry Laurimore, guys, to field that because it looked like at the time that maybe they're going to let Webb come up and get it, and that would have been a big mistake.
That would have been dangerous, for sure.
Well, you got plenty of time. You got all your time out, so you pretty much right here can do what you want to do. Southside will start this drive on their 35-yard line. Guys, that was a 8-play drive, 80 yards again. That's 2 80-yard drives in a row for Mountain Home. Another thing it does, too, and the good thing is it's a little bit cooler tonight, but that way your defense down in a hurry when they do those 80.
Right.
Yeah. 1st and 10 for the Mavs. They've got Webb in the backfield as Fortune wants to throw here. Going to set a screen up. It's set up nicely to Webb, and he's going to get away and going to get a first down. But, Coach, the same thing happened on that play. You had the 2 blockers out in front, and then the guy that they had pinned there actually was over there to make the play.
Yeah, he did a good job. I was afraid they were going to grab a hold of him, but they didn't. So
I like that call too.
I'm a big screen person, one way or the other, whether it's a hit screen or, like you got a defensive back over there like playing off of you like that. But
There's going to be a keeper by Forsgren. He's going to fight his way down. Going to be hit and going to be knocked out of bounds. See where they're going to spot it. I think he actually had a couple of yards on the play, and they're going to spot it. Well, they're going to take it back about a yard. He got bounced back a bit and then wasn't able to go forward. Bring up second down, 2nd and 9 for the Mavs. We've got 2:07 to go here before the half. Tell you what, guys, Joaquin Fox is easy to spot out there. He's got that wrap on his foot. Looks like they may want to try to come with a blitz here. Quick pass to the inside, going to be complete. That's Peyton Zimmerman on the catch. The 3rd down, 3rd and 1 for the Mavs. 1:47 to go here. Still plenty of time, guys. You've got all your timeouts. You can do pretty much what you want to do here. 3rd down, 3rd and 1. I'm of the belief go ahead and get that first down.
Yep.
As Forsgren looks to the sidelines. Now we've got a flag on the play. That was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yard penalty.
Yeah.
They'll bring up 4th down, see what Southside wants to do here. They'll punt the ball away, which I think is probably a wise decision because if you don't make it, you're really going to dig a hole. But, guys, that's inexcusable. I'm sorry, when you mark off a 5-yard penalty, 7 yards, and everybody's telling them that it is a 5-yard penalty and nobody out there can see it.
I want to know what explanation they give to coach. That's what I want on that one.
Well, was Dameron talking to the officials about it? Tell you what, that was a dangerous play right there, guys.
It was.
Good punt.
Because you got 1:19 here, and Mountain Home has all day, too. They've got all 3 of their timeouts. So.
I can't imagine them trying to. They might if they got a big chunk play on
the
first down.
That's kind of what we would talk about. If you do get a nice play, 1 or 2 good plays, get yourself up, close to the 40-yard line or whatnot, you might go to your 2-minute offense.
Oh, they throw the ball well, so that's just. I really don't think we've really stopped anything that they've done.
Not since early on.
I mean, just like that.
That's Chenoweth on the breakaway, and it's going to be chased down and run out of bounds.
Well, to your point, Coach,
now you're going to try to score.
Yeah. I think to your point, I think that was 4 missed tackles right there in the middle.
That was a good job. I think that was Lee Prince, guys, that ran him out of bounds. I'm actually surprised he tried to go out of bounds on that. There's another handoff and another missed tackle, and he's going to get inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. Bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 5. We've got 45 seconds to go here before the half. Inside pass by Phillips going to be complete, and he got a nice spot on that. Looked like they hit him at about the 25. They'll mark it at the 24 for the first down. Mountain Home going to take a timeout here, and with that timeout, we'll take one, too. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
The story of our family business starts back in 1878 when our ancestors settled in Old Town Van Buren and set up shop. We have been providing quality work, craftsmanship, and finest materials available using time-honored and traditional methods. Providing quality service to the River Valley for 6 generations.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Welcome back. We've got 33 seconds to go here before the half of the 1st and 10 from the Southside 24-yard line. This will be the 4th play of the drive that had a big gain that really set them up. Looked like they were maybe trying to run the clock out, but a couple of missed tackles later they get. And there's a hold, but he gets away with it.
Turned him around.
He's pretty quick too.
Yeah.
I don't know how how can they not call a hold there because he basically got tackled.
Almost tackled him into him.
Yeah, but anyway.
Phillips wants to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. He steps up from the pressure. Now will tuck the ball and looks like he's going to run. We'll throw the ball. It's going to be incomplete on a one hop. That was Gus Wilbur, the intended receiver.
I don't know how we're not getting to him. I mean, we're whiffing. I mean, he does a pretty good job of avoiding the tackles, but
yeah, Coach, we're getting to him. We're just not getting to him and getting him down.
No, we're out of control.
Yeah, we had the play in the first, on the previous series where they hit the big play, and the backer blitzed on that and actually had him dead to rights and just whiffed on it. Here's hand off to the running back. Chenoweth will have the first down. There's Daniel Morales. Morales having a good ball game tonight for the Mavs. Let's go ahead and take another timeout. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network. Hey, Doug. I can hear you breathing. Talk loud. Get your disgust coming out for what it is.
I bought my first vehicle from Randall as a used car back in '77. I bought a first new truck in '96 from them, an F-250. Ever since then, I've stuck with Randall. They understand my business, and as a contractor, my trucks take a beating. Randall Ford has the product, and they find them for me if they don't have them on the lot. I trust Randall Ford. They've earned my business.
Well, it's going to be first, and they can get a first down at the looks like the 2-yard line. The ball will be spotted at the 12-yard line. 15 seconds to go here, guys. A big play here for Southside. If nothing else, at least force them to try a field goal here. Mm-hmm. Phillips wants to throw the ball. It's going to be complete, and he's wide open. Looks like he's going to get close to the end zone. That's Wilbur again on the catch. They'll spot him at the 1-yard line. But you guys are right about this Mountain Home team. Southside actually had a 21-14 lead, and they get a touchdown here. That'll be 3 straight scores, and they'll get the ball to start the second half. And looks like Chenoweth gets in the end zone for the touchdown.
It's about how you draw it up if you're for that team. Didn't leave us hardly any time. We're going to have to run this one back. It's all right. We know the guy to do it.
Well, they're not. They're keeping the ball away from him right now. So
run the old reverse. You got one play, you might as well do something with it.
And you were making a good point too, Terrell. Off camera, we were talking about this is eerily looks like the game 2 years ago against Wynn, where they were able to control the football. And yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think they've only punted one time tonight.
One time.
That was just what I would call really a disaster right before the half, guys. They punted twice. Well, not in the second quarter, I know that. The last 4 minutes, I'll tell you guys, the last 4 minutes, they scored 21 points. And that was a killer, though. And we kind of talked about that, guys. It looked like they were going to just try, as Coach, as you were saying, try to make a big play on first or second down, run the ball. If you get good yardage, go your 2-minute offense. Well, that was almost a better play as the kid Chenoweth almost took it to the house and set him up. Still plenty of time on the clock. I think that drive actually started with 1:07 on the clock.
Yep.
Southside going to have to go and regroup and try to figure some things out here at half. Again, they trail 35-21. I was just kind of watching the scores of this Mountain Home team. You could kind of see that a very good team as Zimmerman will get a return here. Cut it back inside. We'll be hit dropped at the 31-yard line. We still got 2 seconds on the clock. See what Southside wants to do here. I almost kind of think, they're going to draw it back. Obviously, victory formation, take the snap, go in, and try to figure some things out here at half. That's what Forrest's going to do. We'll take a knee, and that's going to be into the first half with Southside trailing here 35-21. Let's go ahead and take a break here. We'll be back in just a bit. We've got the Southside Band, the Southern Bells, cheerleaders coming up here at halftime. Again, Southside trails 35-21 at the half. You're watching Southside Maverick Football on the Maverick Sports Network.
Relationships. Summer's winding down, but the savings are just getting started. Dive into the end-of-season sale at Burton Pools and Spas. For a limited time, save up to $14,000 on fiberglass pools. And the first 10 customers who purchase an AquaCrete pool with a premium vinyl finish will receive a free hot tub. Don't miss these incredible deals. Visit our stores in Fort Smith, Springdale, or Greenland, or go to BurtonPools.com for more details. At Burton, we do more than build swimming pools. We build long-term relationships.
Have you been to the River Valley's only multi-sport facility? Then let's hang out. The Hangout in Fort Smith is the only sports facility that offers indoor tennis and pickleball, indoor and outdoor basketball, and has now added multiple soccer fields. Soccer leagues are forming soon. Did you know the
Southside Maverick Band is under the field direction of drum majors Delaney Del Rio, Enrique Garcia, and Chloe Britt. The Southside Maverick Marching Band's 2024 production features the music of Carlos Santana. We present a salute to Santana with the 1971 Top 10 hit, Everybody's Everything. And now, with tradition unsurpassed, this is Southside. continues tonight's performance with the 1964 hit single, She's Not There. Carlos Santana collaborated with international opera star Placido Domingo in our next piece. From the 2002 album Shaman, here is the ballad Novus. Trumpet soloist Sammy Rizzo. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Southside Maverick Band. The Maverick Band is under the direction of Ralph Brody, Mike Westbrook, Megan Garrett, Darren McKissick, James Palmer, and Rick Watson. Majorette coordinators are Sarah Davis and Lauren Fivekiller and Isabella Udodge. The Maverick Band program would also like to congratulate once again our 2024 Band Queen, Miss Kiera Mims. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Southside High School Maverick Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field your Southside Maverick cheerleaders. Gentlemen, your Southside Maverick cheerleaders. Cheerleaders are led by Captain Annabelle Lovett, sideline co-captain Avery Botkin, competition co-captain Addie Weatherford, and they are led by Coach Hannah Graham.
And now for your halftime entertainment, the highly acclaimed Southside High School Southern Bells. It's tradition, it's their trademark, it's the high kick. The Bells will be performing a kick routine to Love Runs Out. And now, the Southern Bells!
Hangout also has an 8,000 square foot fitness center with bar, yoga, HIIT, and Pilates classes. The Hangout, 5400 Gary Street, or thehangoutfs.com. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
The director of the Bell is Mariah Kerouac, and the assistant is Jana Sharon. The Bell of the Week is Mackenzie Scoggins.
From the minute you walk into Randall Ford, they greet you, they're kind, they're going to ask you what you need, what you're looking for, and they're all very friendly, even down to the service department. Those guys are so kind. The salesmen are going to make sure that you know that vehicle before you leave the lot. They're going to review the details, all the features of the vehicle, so you can leave with confidence knowing that the vehicle you're in, how to drive it. Randall Ford really listened to me, and I drove away with exactly what I wanted.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are
It's bigger than blood
approximately
lines, stronger than
16,000
DNA. It's the
semifinalists
circle
in
we
the
draw
70th
around
Annual
the
National
people
Merit
that matter,
Scholarship
the
Program.
people we
The
care
nationwide pool of
and care
semifinalists
for,
representing
the folks who
less
inspire
than 1%
guide
of
us,
U.S. high school
root
seniors,
for us.
including the
Family
highest
means
scoring
finding
entrants
common
in
ground,
each state.
rolling up our
3 Southside High School seniors have been named as semifinalists and will be honored here tonight. Please direct your attention to the 50-yard line. Our first semi-finalist is Mackenzie Settlage and is being escorted by her parents, Dan and Letitia Settlage. Mackenzie credits Mr. Jeff Rice as having the most influence on her success. Mackenzie said, he created a more personal learning environment where I felt like I could express myself freely. In her free time, Mackenzie enjoys hanging out with friends, playing the guitar, and going camping. Her postgraduate plans include to major in environmental, water, and soil science at the University of Arkansas. Ladies and gentlemen, Mackenzie Settlage. Our next semi-finalist is Raja Kaduri. Raja is the daughter of Lubna Al-Mindani. Her teacher, Mrs. Keener, has been influential in her success. Raja said she really fostered my presenting skills and helped me become more of a social butterfly through her caring demeanor. Her AP seminar class helped me in my other classes, granted me the confidence and ability to partake in leadership positions. When Raja is not at school, she is coordinating the ACT Prep Club, volunteering for HOSA, partnering with ARCOM and UAFS professors on research projects, volunteering at Baptist Health here in Fort Smith, and participating in the Southside High School Book Club and visiting her grandma to unwind. She plans to attend a 4-year university and then medical school to pursue gastroenterology. Ladies and gentlemen, Raja Kaduri. And our final honoree tonight is Gia Shaw. Gia is the daughter of Sonali Shaw and Newton Shaw. Gia stated that Mrs. Norris has had the most influence on her success while at Southside because she created a fun learning environment and encouraged me to step out of my comfort zone. When Gia is not at school, she enjoys baking and playing with her dogs. Her postgraduate plans include getting a bachelor's degree in biomedical engineering and then going to medical school to become a doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, Gia Shaw. Please give Mackenzie, Raja, and Gia a round of applause for this incredibly great accomplishment. National Merit Scholarship winners of 2024 will be announced in 4 nationwide news releases beginning in April and concluding in July. Join us in congratulating these outstanding Southside seniors.
Between life, work, and family, sometimes the person that you need to take care of the most is you.
At Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness, you're never alone. Through our counseling, we can help you regain control of your emotions, mental health, and life. We provide both face-to-face and virtual therapy services. Whether it's for your child, family, or yourself, Fort Smith Therapy is here to help your true self shine through.
Schedule your appointment today with Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness.
Welcome back to Jim Rollins Stadium. We're at the half. Southside trails 35-21 to the Mountain Home Bombers. And let's look at the first half scoring summary tonight. Good start for the Mav guys as Southside gets a kickoff return from Peyton Zimmerman for a touchdown. 7-zip Southside up, barely 15 seconds off the clock.
Well, return that opening kickoff for a touchdown. That you don't take too much time.
Yeah. Well, then.
Not much time of possession on those.
Yeah, and the good thing about that, no flags on the play. That's actually 3 touchdowns he's had this year on kickoffs. So 2 have been called back. And Southside defensively came out, got a 3-and-out, but then the offense also had a 3-and-out. It was a game, guys, as we talked about in the first half. It was a game of streaks, really, for both teams as Mountain Home takes over and they, they have a 10-play, 58-yard drive. They get a 2-yard touchdown run from Jacob Chenoweth, and guys, a very nice drive for Mountain Home. They kick off. Southside fumbles the kickoff, and Mountain Home gets it again at the Southside 30-yard line, and this time they quickly go to the end zone in one play. It was a pass completion from Brantley Phillips to Bryce Kincaid for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's one thing I've been thinking this whole first half, watching these guys, how they score is their mascot's a pretty good mascot, pretty fitting for those guys because it seems like they're winning because of the bomb. I mean, they are definitely the Bombers.
Southside gets the ball back. They have to punt the ball after a 6-play drive, and then they hold Mountain Home. Mountain Home started their drive on the 1-yard line after a nice punt by Jaden Webb. They go 6 plays, have to punt the ball back to Southside. Southside has probably one of their most impressive drives of the night. It was a 10-play, 80-yard drive that culminated with a touchdown pass of 21 yards from Blake Forsgren to Peyton Zimmerman. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I think on that same series we had, 2nd and 19?
Yeah.
Big catch by Zimmerman on that series.
They did that to open up. They got a big play there to give them the first down, and then they turn around and hit him again for the touchdown.
Southside comes back on defense, gets a hold. Southside takes the ball over at their 38-yard line. This time they go 6 plays, 38 yards. A 2-yard touchdown run by Jaden Webb. You're feeling pretty good right now, guys, 21-14. And then from that point on, and I think it was probably midway through the second quarter, the wheels kind of fell off for the Mavs as Mountain Home, really some very impressive drives, actually. They take over the 20-yard line. It's an 11-play drive of 80 yards for Mountain Home, an 8-yard touchdown run by, again, number 1, Jacob Chenoweth.
Well, on that particular drive, Southside had them. They'd gotten a sack or a loss of down or a lost the yardage play, and then quarterback. They had the quarterback dead to right in the backfield, and he roamed around and found an open receiver downfield and just threw it up for grabs. And receiver came back and caught it, and from that point on, Southside has not been able to stop them.
Southside gets the ball back. They go 3-and-out, give the ball back, punt the ball again. They take over again. The Bombers take over again on their 20-yard line. This play time they go 7 plays, and they get a big play. It's a 48-yard touchdown pass from Brantley Phillips to Gus Wilburn. Guys, that was just a sweet play. I mean, hit him in stride, and actually Southside had pretty decent coverage on that.
Yeah, it was just a post route, and he hit him in stride, and he outraced the Southside defender to the end zone.
And then another 3-and-out for the Mavs. Mountain Home takes over with about 1:07 on the clock, and you're kind of thinking, we kind of discussed this, we think, well, if they hit a couple of big plays, they might, try to score, but probably just going to run the clock out with a 7-point lead, getting the ball at the second half. But Chenoweth, really one of the big players in the first half, breaks a tackle, makes a nice run, goes down inside the Southside 34-yard line. So 2-minute offense, all your timeouts, a little less than a minute to go. They're able to take the ball down, and they get, another 1-yard run by Chenoweth for the touchdown. That's your halftime score, 35-21. And, guys, the tough thing for Southside is they've got to get the ball back to Mountain Home.
They got to tackle better this half. That was the whole key to the first half. They missed a lot of tackles.
Well, I go back to the one where Chenoweth made the nice run, the last drive. They really should have had him for about maybe a 4 or 5 yard gain, and he ducks his head, gets away, and actually could have taken it to the house. Here's a kickoff to start the second half. They're going to get him, do a really good job getting him at 17. See if Southside makes any changes on defense here.
They have to have a good series here. They got to get a 3 and out and get back in the game, or this could get away with them away from them real quick.
Well, the one thing we got going for us is we should be fresh right now.
There'll be a swing pass out. We haven't seen that. He's going to get a nice gain of about 10 yards on the play. That's Chenoweth out of the backfield. That young man does it all, guys.
Yeah, he does.
You guys were talking, too, during the break about the quarterback, Brantley Phillips. He's only a junior. This young man has done a good job. Hand off to Chenoweth again. They get him in the backfield. Now, we got a flag on the play. This may be a hold. You would think where the flag is. I think if you're Southside, definitely take that penalty, no doubt. It's Braxton Youngblood there. Youngblood along with Morales really have done a pretty good job on the D-line for the Mavs.
And, both Daniel and Braxton, both of them are, really at this level, sometimes somewhat undersized. I mean, they're about probably a little over 200 pounds, maybe a little bit more than that, but they're not a whole lot more. And sometimes they get pushed around by bigger offensive linemen. They're a little bit quicker. Screen.
Good job reaction, and you have a missed tackle, and he's going to be hit, and they're going to drop him down to about the 22-yard line. Good recovery by Southside. Right. Coach, what I'm seeing, you talk about the missed tackles, the thing I'm seeing out there is we're not wrapping up. We're hitting, but we're not wrapping up.
Right.
Well, we saw this earlier, too, on a couple of missed tackles. They're kind of playing limbo with us. They're, trying to get really, low, and to make us hit high or something. I don't know. It's kind of interesting because it seems like that entire team is doing that.
Well, I'm not sure Chenoweth is that tall anyway, so, he's got a low center of gravity. Big play here for Southside. They're going to be complete the pass and a good tackle over there for the Mavs.
This is a big play for Southside right here. Could be the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, that was Peyton Zimmerman making the play on defense.
Yeah, from the other side of the field, mind you.
He's got that deceptive speed,
Yeah,
though.
he does.
We saw that on the kickoff return. Yeah, big play here for the Southside defense.
Slide route.
Going to roll out. Going to throw the ball. It's going to be incomplete. Good job by Southside. Good coverage over there by Lee Prince.
That's what you want. And here's the thing on that one. You know what sets this fourth down up to be a punt? The great play on special teams to get them knocked down inside their 20. Because I think if they're up here at the 40 on that play, they may go for this. I don't know. I'm not kind of that way, but.
Of course, it didn't help them, too, that, they've been playing ahead of the chains most of the ball game. And
the penalty hurt them.
Yeah, the penalty hurt a lot.
The penalty hurt them.
Yeah. So they'll punt the ball away here. Brantley Phillips, also your punter. Gets a nice punt off this time. There's Wilson Key. Will call a fair catch and makes it at the Southside 39-yard line. Well, gentlemen, you did the first thing you've got to do is you got to stop on defense. Now your offense has got to answer.
Correct. That's a couple times on the south side they had 3 and out, but, a couple of times, I know one time they had the penalty that hurt them. It's a lot different when you're 1st and 10 instead of 1st and 20, and so that hurt them in one of their drives, and so it hurt Mountain Home this time. So
yeah, Southside going to a stack formation. We haven't seen that tonight. Going to be a pitch out on an option play, a nice pitch out there, and going to get maybe about 3 or 4 yards. I believe that was Zimmerman on the pitch.
That's just another way to get him the ball.
Yeah.
The guy that's kind of been lost so far here the last couple of weeks really has been Wilson Key.
Yeah, they haven't thrown to him that much, and
a big ball game against Northside. Going to throw the ball. It's going to be incomplete. Actually going to be
incomplete.
Try to get Kincannon the ball, bring up third down.
Can't really blame Joe on that one, but just hit him right in the helmet.
Got 9:24 to go here in the third quarter against Southside Trails, 35-21.
The thing about Southside, they really haven't had anybody just wide open. They've had someone in their, on their back or, oh gosh.
Boys, that kind of look like they're going to get Southside slot receiver. Look kind of like Canadian football where the receiver lines up and takes off to the line of scrimmage. He just didn't time it very good.
Well, it reminded me a lot of last week, the other team.
Well, if it was last week, it wouldn't have been called. Yeah.
That's right. That's true.
But the amazing thing about that, guys, was the fact they started calling it there at the end of the ball game. Yeah, started calling that. So be third down, third and 11 for the Mavs. They just seem kind of out of sync tonight, don't they, guys?
Yeah.
Have one back in the backfield. Looks like they may bring some heat here. They'll be coming off the corners. Now they're going to back up. Forsgren's going to roll. He's got some pressure on and will throw the ball. It's going to be intercepted. That was Dawson Dunlap on the interception. They'll get it at the Mountain Home 48-yard line. Give Mountain Home credit, though, guys. They actually looked like they were going to come with the outside blitz off both sides, which really can confuse your young tackles. And they got the pressure just with the three guys and forcing Forsgren into that interception. Here's Chenoweth on the handoff, and I'll tell you, he just moves it forward, follows those blockers, will get about 4 yards.
He does a good job of setting his blockers up and then kind of slides through a hole when he sees it.
There's Daniel Morales along with Dominic Parkinson there to make the play for the Southside defense. Brings up second down and 6 for the Bombers. Second possession here of the second half for Mountain Home. Again, they lead 35-21. We've got 8:43 to go here in the third quarter. They'll give it to Chenoweth again. He's got a nice hole, and they're going to have probably a face mask. That's what it looks like it's going to be. And I got to ask this, though, guys. I love this. Okay, the guy that saw the play threw the flag in there, then the guy that's standing way on the sideline throws his flag.
Maybe he just saw the yellow key.
Well, it's just reinforcement, I guess.
Yeah.
He ain't got to throw it tonight. That's what it is.
Just to validate it.
Yeah, I think that was an easy call there. He turned the head. And I'll tell you, there's times, though, I watched Jacob Chenoweth, and, man, you got to do what you can do to get him down.
Mm-hmm.
They'll spot the ball at the 27-yard line, be 1st and 10 for the Bombers.
Yeah, he really doesn't look all that imposing, but he is certainly hard to get down.
See how he just sits there and kind of waits, and then – but when you have that offensive line, they're not – Southside's not getting any stalemates at the line of scrimmage. They're kind of being driven back, and he just kind of follows his line until he sees the opening and darts through it.
Yeah, he does a great job. He was behind I believe it was the left guard that time, and when the left guard went right, he went left. And there's the keeper, and Phillips ducks his head and will be hit. Going to lose a yard to be 3rd down and 2. Good job by the Southside defense. I guess my question is, though, guys, I'm watching him Chenoweth run the football, and I'm thinking when they seem to run Phillips, that kind of slows their whole momentum down. Southside's able to react to that. Here's that wing T formation. There's a handoff to Chenoweth. He's going to fight his way, and I think he may be short. Yeah, I think he'll be short of the first down.
Depends on that spot, but it looks like it should be.
He's short.
Yeah, he's short. They'll come up with that line of scrimmage where they'll probably just run the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, here it is right here.
And they get a good push over there and should have the first down. Guys, that brings up another question, too. I've seen, and I've mentioned this before in broadcast, but that's a lost art, and I know the Razorbacks doing that, is taking the ball under center. I've seen really great quarterbacks, Tyler Wilson, Brandon Allen, really struggle in high school trying to take the snap under center. Right. That's something you don't do. Now we've got a flag on the play. Procedure penalty.
Yeah, they didn't get set. They're trying to go really quick. Yeah, that's something that is also where that is tough when you have a quarterback. You don't normally take one underneath the center, and then but you got to practice it, and I'm sure they do a lot of work with the quarterback and center exchange, and
well, I think it gives you a different look too when you just don't stay in the pistol formation the whole ball game. It gives them a different look, and especially when you're running that wing tee, it's definitely
right.
I just remember that wing tee when Southside ran that when Bob Gatlin was there, and you would look up thinking the guy was tackled, and you look up and there's a kid on the sideline running for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Coach Lee ran it when he first got here.
Here's Chenoweth on the handoff, and they're going to stuff him after about maybe a 3-yard gain. Bring up second down, 2nd and 12. I believe that was Ethan Dunn getting off the pile for the Mavs. Brings up second down, 2nd and 12. We've got 6:25 to go here in the third quarter. Southside trails 35-21. Big defensive opportunity here for Southside. If you can force a field goal here, you're going to keep it a 3-score game with a chance to win the ball game. There's a good defensive play for Southside. I believe that was Ethan Dunn again.
Yeah.
Making plays.
It'd be a big series for this Southside defense after the interception if they could get off the field with a field goal attempt here. 3rd down, 3rd and 13. You just got to be careful. You can't let Brantley Phillips have a lot of time to throw because he's done a good job with his feet, giving his receivers time to get open. So he wants to throw here. He's got time. We'll throw the ball to the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Looked like thought maybe the receiver might be running the post. He ran an out, incomplete, 4th down. Let's see what they want to do here. Guys, I'll tell you what, I watched that kicker warming up, and
I think he's got the leg.
Ballard's got the leg, but
the wind's kind of blowing against him right now, though.
That's the thing is, it'd be a tough kick. And they're not really sure what they're going to do here is they're going to let the play clock run down a bit. Guess they may go for it here. Yeah, looks like they're going to go for it, but I think they're going to take a timeout more than likely. Down to 10 seconds.
Empty.
Going to run the play as Phillips takes a snap, throws the ball over the middle. It's going to be complete for the touchdown. I believe that was Chenoweth.
He just ran right down the middle, and the two slot receivers ran corner routes or flag routes or whatever you want to call them, and he just went right down the middle. There was 2 Southside guys right there, and he just kind of threaded the needle.
Yeah, he's throwing some good strikes out there.
Missed the extra point, though. There's our opening, guys.
There you go. Yeah, we're right back in this thing. Hey, Keith, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but you know who's a sub above?
No, I'm not sure.
Jersey Mike's, okay?
Jersey Mike's.
So,
you're still on that Jersey Mike's.
Just to give them a shout-out.
And I also want to give
in the ball game.
Yeah, I want to give a shout-out to the Fields of Faith, Doug. That's something coming up here on the 16th at Northside, and you were talking a little bit about that. I know that's a very passionate thing for you.
Yeah, it is. We've there's 7 sites it's going to be held at this year. It's all through the month of October. There's 7 in Arkansas, and there's also 7 in Oklahoma. I don't think people realize how many schools the FCA covers, because we have I don't know, it's just every school in the River Valley all the way to Russellville, and then all the schools in Oklahoma all the way to I want to say Bayan and that area and north and south. And it's just October 2nd it's going to be in Charleston. October 9th, you got Alma, Mansfield, and Van Buren. And October 16th, Northside, Russellville, and Danville.
Here's a nice return by Jaden Webb. He's going to get inside the 45 down to the 41-yard line.
Good return. You know, we'll talk about it a little bit as we go along, but anyway, it's something that we are really trying to promote. We have. I know there's a lot of things that starts at 6:30. There'll be food for the first 500, and then there's a $500 gift card being given away, and the main thing is we have a speaker. His name is Willie Spears. He's from Florida, and he is very dynamic.
Well, it's a good thing, too. I mean, with all the stuff going on in the world right now, that I think having that and promoting that is just something that these young people need right now. Here's a pass towards the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for Joseph Kincannon. You got your matchup, guys. You had the one-on-one matchup. Gentlemen, you've got 5:03 to go here in the third quarter, down 20 points. Can we say this is a must situation for Southside to get points?
I think so.
I think it's a must we score and a must that we do it in a hurry.
Yeah, because, you know, they took an awful lot of time on that drive. Almost 7 minutes.
And you got to expect they're going to score again. I mean, one more time anyway. So you got to plan on scoring 3 times here.
Bring up third down, 3rd and 8 for the Mavs. 2-yard gain by Jaden Webb. Actually, they'll spot him right at the 40-yard line. Yeah, Coach, I got to admit, you got me looking at that now. I'm looking at those clean spots. I actually like that.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. And I even heard somebody say they're going to do away with the chains. I don't know if that ever happened, but it makes it a lot easier, especially with all the artificial turfs that all the fields are all the same and marked all the same. So
Forrest going to want to throw. Here's got an open receiver. There's Wilson Key for the first down.
Good catch.
Yeah, because that was a pretty good hit over there.
Yeah.
The safety came up on the play, Hunter Estes, and hit him right after the catch. But a good job of Key just going to the open spot, turn around, there's your ball. 1st and 10 Mavs at the 27-yard line. Forsgren wants to throw again. He's got time. Will throw a crossing route pass complete, and a nice gain there inside the 20-yard line. That's Peyton Zimmerman on the catch.
Was that a little drag route, Coach?
Yeah, it was a drag. It was underneath route.
Second down, 2nd and 3 for the Mavs. Looking to throw again. Will throw the ball down. It's going to be complete, and he gets away. Fights to the end zone. Touchdown, Southside. No, they're going to spot him out. They gave him the touchdown. I don't know why the two guys were looking at each other.
Yeah, they were didn't make sure. Here's the thing that on that deal, they didn't want to make sure that one was going to call it one way and then the other call it another way. So they looked at each other to make sure that they were on the same page of how it was going to be called.
Was that Zim again on the
Zimmerman.
touchdown?
Yeah.
3 touchdowns and not for Peyton Zimmerman. Good job by Southside on the answer there. Now your defense needs to step up. And guys, obviously defense is a thing too where, I was kind of kidding when I said they missed that extra point, but if your defense could get a stop, maybe get a turnover, get another quick score, and this has been a game of momentum, with streaks. So, Southside get a stop here, get back in this.
Well, that 4th down pass play, they're 4th and 14 they hit us with.
Well, we're talking earlier about games that teams that they remind us of. This one it's kind of starting to look a little bit more like the Fayetteville game, Keith, that missed extra point.
Yeah, make them pay for that.
Yeah.
We were talking about trying to field goal. Obviously, that's why they didn't try to field goal there. But, hey, guys, I want to thank our sponsor of the game tonight, Fort Smith Therapy and Health and Wellness. You can go there for individual therapy, couples therapy, family therapy, and children therapy. They'll do it all for you. Need to get a stop here, guys. And, guys, we saw last time kickoff, Southside did a great job in coverage. Hopefully get down there and maybe pin them up again. And you never know what might happen. I'll tell you what, if this is what the 6A conference is like.
They're tough.
Yeah, run and gun like this. It's almost kind of like the Big 12, guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's a kickoff. That's interesting. I'll let it bounce in the end zone.
Oh, wow. Too bad he didn't have his wedge shot.
Yeah.
Backed it up.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking that. It kind of reminded me, too. I remember Southside had a kid in Cy Klink that was a linebacker, and they used to try to kick the ball down. They would try to get – it was like an onside kick. They'd try to let him try to run under it, and they actually did it one time.
Oh, wow.
Be first and 10 for the Bombers on their 20-yard line. And the ball off to Chenoweth. Going to get maybe 3 yards, bring up second down, 2nd and 7. Well, the thing about this Bomber team, though, guys, is the fact that you really can't just load the box up because the quarterback's done a great job of really.
And right, he's thrown a couple touchdown passes, and he's extended plays with his feet, and so.
There's a nice defensive play for the Mavs. Going to get maybe 3 yards. Well, it's Jordan McDaniel over there for the Mavs. Brings up third down, and going to be about 3 yards. Actually, where they're spotting the ball, will be actually third and about 4 yards. Yeah. Big chance here for the Southside defense. Guys, do you kind of maybe sell out a little bit, bring those backers in? Maybe, Parkinson's done a pretty good job of splitting the gap at times.
Yeah, him and Dunn. Quarterback.
Going to be a keeper, and they're going to hit him and knock him in the backfield. What a great job by Southside.
Dominic
and Joseph Kincannon.
Yeah, Joe came up from safety, helped out.
Guys, Joe has quietly played a good ball game tonight on the defensive side of the ball. We haven't really seen him a lot as far as wide receiver, which is the one we talk about getting all the plays, but he's done a great job of some open field tackles tonight.
Well, he had a tough one thrown to him early on in the game, and then he had a 25-yard reception, so I expect we'll see a little bit more of him this half. Oh, here we go.
There's a high snap. He's going to be tackled back at the 12-yard line.
There's your break right there.
There's your break, Keith.
They'll take advantage of it.
Yes, sir. Pound it in.
Nico.
They'll spot the ball at the 14-yard line for Southside. And guys, what a great job by the defense. 3 and out.
That was good, big.
And you guys talked about the tackling was a lot better on that series.
It has been.
Well, really, it's been better the second half. It's just that they hit them with that pass play on, but.
Here's a handoff to Webb off the corner. Fights his way down. Let's see. He's going to cut him just short of the goal line.
Oh, that's a tough one right there.
That defensive back didn't want no part of him. He kind of olayed him.
I like it. Olay.
I tell you, though, when he runs hard like that, we saw it on the kickoff, too, that he is tough. Here's a handoff again. He's going to fight his way down to the goal line. Touchdown, Southside. Gentlemen, we got a ball game.
Yes, sir.
42-41 now.
41-34.
I know, but 42-41.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We're going for it.
You get that big mow, guys. That's kind of the key. Here's the extra point up,
kick.
And it's good. It's kind of little things you do sometimes that make a difference. That's Rodrigo Hernandez on the extra point, and Southside has the momentum going right now, guys. We've got 1:45 to go here, 41-35. And, Coach, I got to kind of laugh at what you were talking about earlier about what a fast ball game this was. I mean, it's 41-35, and it's only 9 o'clock. I mean,
they're well, one is Mountain Home, they use up a lot of time with their offense. Even though they play quick, it's not,
But, guys, how impressive on that series for Southside. Okay, you get the big play on defense, special teams. You get the big play, and then 2 plays. Jaden Webb, I tell you what, he's running like a madman going down there to the goal line.
He's looking like that bruiser we're used to right there. Hey, Keith, I got to tell you something. There's a little bit of conference drama brewing right now.
What's that?
Shiloh's up 17-14 on Greenwood right now.
How far are we into the game now?
Second half.
Now that speaks volumes.
They put a guy deep now.
That speaks volumes of Shiloh, because I tell you what, guys, Greenwood going to be tough.
Well, they got a key guy out right now.
There's a nice return, gets across the 25-yard line up to the 28-yard line. That is Taylor Palmer on the return.
One thing I noticed about Mountain Home, other than the quarterback and I think our center, but they have a lot of seniors on their team that start and that play.
I've just been watching that left tackle over there, and really the right tackle's not much smaller, but that left tackle, he is a giant.
Yeah, I know. Their whole offensive line is big.
I don't want to stand across from any of them.
Yeah.
Going to throw a swing pass out here, and
oh, nice.
They had him back, and he's going to get not much, but does a good job by Joseph Kincannon. He was being blocked on the play, but he actually pushed the blocker
back into
Chenoweth and forced him back to the defense for about a 1-yard gain.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you call that outside contain, but that's effectively what you're doing.
Bring up second down, 2nd and 9. We've got 1:13 to go here in the third quarter. 41-35 in favor of the Bombers. Looking to throw over the middle. It's going to be incomplete on a good job. There's Joe Kincannon along with Dom Parkinson knocking the ball loose. Will bring up 3rd down.
That really surprises me. They've thrown it for two consecutive plays. Kind of, I would think they would try go back to what they've been doing, running the ball.
It's been working for them. I'm kind of with you there, Coach.
Don't go back. Don't start doing something that. Well, and don't get me wrong, they've thrown the ball pretty effectively too, but they have definitely ran the ball really well. So
it set up the pass for him really good. Here comes some heat, and he goes down.
That's down.
That's
down. Yeah,
I believe that's Ethan Dunn back there.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure he even made contact, but
well, he missed him, and he swung.
That's all it
but
took,
his momentum made him,
Yeah.
Put the ball down or put his knee down. Ethan, that was kind of a delayed blitz. It looked like he was going to blitz, and then he waited until he saw an opening, and then, one thing about Ethan will go. He runs he's very fast going in a straight line.
There's a punt. This may be returnable. Good job by Wilson Key. That's a nice return, guys. He did a good job of really taking what you could get.
Yeah.
He didn't have a lot there, and he took, I think, the wise route there. Instead of trying to run that back and lose yardage, he catches the ball, goes forward for a nice gain. Southside has great field position. 16 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Southside now with a chance maybe to take the lead here.
Yeah. And they get probably in a couple of first downs, and it'll be in 4-down territory. So
you can see the confidence growing too in Blake Forsgren as the game goes on. Here's a handoff to Webb. He's going to make a nice gain and gets to the 49-yard line. A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 6. O-line doing a good job, guys. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Southside trails 41-35. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
One thing you can bring up.
Between life, work, and family, sometimes the person that you need to take care of the most is you.
At Fort Smith Therapy Health and Wellness, you're never alone. Through our counseling, we can help you regain control of your emotions, mental health, and life. We provide both face-to-face and virtual therapy services. Whether it's for your child, family, or yourself, Fort Smith Therapy is here to help your true self shine through.
Schedule your appointment today with Fort Smith Therapy Health and
Yeah.
Welcome back. Coach Poker's bringing up a good point. They, on their offensive line and defensive lines, they have kids that go both ways, so they may be wearing down just a bit. And, this is a chance for Southside maybe to get down here and get some points and take this lead. And the thing I'll say about this Southside team, and I noticed it with the Northside game, guys, down 21-zip, there's a lot of grit in these kids. There's no quit by any means, and they're just keep fighting back, keep fighting. Have a chance here possibly to take the lead when they were down 41-21 at one time. Forsgren wants to throw the ball. It's going to be complete on a nice catch. He's going to get the first down inside the 45-yard line down to the 42-yard line. Peyton Zimmerman on the catch. Good hand-eye coordination, guys.
Man, it was.
I've got a question for him, though, guys. If he drops an interception, you know, they always say, well, that's why he's a D-back. Can you say that about Peyton Zimmerman?
I don't think you can.
He's definitely one of your players of the game, him and Forsgren on offense. And also Jaden Webb, the job he's done.
He's run like a monster today.
And then give credit to the O-line as Forsgren wants to throw again. He's got time. We'll throw the ball over the middle. It's going to be intercepted. And he's got an open field here. Inside, and will be knocked out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. That is Dawson Dunlap. Yeah, that ball was just underthrown.
Oh, that's a killer.
You know, really the first interception was one that you could say he was trying to make a play on, and that one he just underthrew the ball. And you're right, Doug, that play hurts. Your defense needs to step up here and, again, at least force them maybe to attempt a field goal. Because Brentley Phillips, your quarterback. Now they'll go back to their running game, and he's going to get inside the 20, maybe to the 19.
How is that not?
No kidding, right in front of the.
How is that? The guy just. Oh, wow.
Is that the back judge's call?
Yeah, he's standing there looking at him.
Right in front of him, yeah.
Right in front of him.
Bring up second down, second and about 7 for the Bombers. Again, Phillips calls out signals. Wants to throw the ball here. We'll throw a swing pass out that's going to be complete. And a good defensive play over there. That's Derek Lacey over there, guys, making the play.
Well, he's a little bit ticked off because he just got a while ago. He was just kind of relaxed. The play was over, and the guy just blocked him and caught him by surprise.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Wow.
He's going to do that again.
Yeah, that was Taylor Palmer on the catch. Lacey on the tackle. We'll bring up third down, third and about 5. Again, we've got 10-11 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 41-35. Big play for the Southside defense, and they're going to run the ball. I'll tell you what, guys, there was another hold on that inside and a lot of grabbing. I like the design of that play. They were going to look like they were going to come with a swing pass. Everybody reacted to it, and the quarterback did a great job just running the ball up the middle for the first down. Be first and 10. They'll have the ball at the 12-yard line. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the ball game. Phillips wants to throw the ball, rolls to his right, looks down the field, has all day to throw. Will throw the ball. It's going to be tipped.
That was dangerous.
Was that Lacey over there again making the play for Southside?
He was definitely a part of it.
Guys, I'm surprised. I really.
That they're throwing it?
Yeah, they're throwing the ball right there in that situation. I
agree with you. But maybe they just feel like Southside sold out to the run, and there's not a lot of running lanes left. And
there's a handoff to Chenoweth, and he's going to get down to about the 10-yard line. The ball's on the ground. Let's see. No, they're going to call him down.
There's that guy that didn't make that call just a minute ago.
Yeah.
The call was right in front of him, but he saw that one from the end zone.
Bring up third down, third and 7. We've got 9:13 to go here in the ball game. They'll give the ball to Chenoweth, and he's going to race to the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, we got work to do now.
Well, this Southside team is definitely one that you can't have turnovers. You got to try to avoid the penalties, and I mean they're kind of fighting uphill. That's a tough one right there. We still got 9:05 to go here, guys. Southside can get the ball back, maybe drive down, get some. Obviously I think once you get past the 40-yard line, you're definitely going to be in 4-down territory if you're Southside.
They might go for 2.
I was going to say, it's kind of interesting. I think they changed their mind.
Wouldn't it be wild if this game went to overtime? With the high scoring like this, we might be here all night.
Might be.
Well, that's a tough break for Southside. They had all the momentum on their side just about 3 minutes ago. Then you had the pass interception return, and it's been a game of streaks, been a game of momentum, and a lot of twists and turns and different things that you see going on here. That you can't really look at one thing and say that's what hurt us. There's been so many things that Southside has done as far as penalties and now the turnovers, but that being said, you can't say really that because Mountain Home had a big turnover on the punt. So,
True. But that interception, they had the momentum there, and they just let that one get away from them.
Yeah, Southside's had 3 turnovers tonight.
That's
moved early.
I don't think he got there, guys.
But their backs were moving early.
Both of them. That's
Yeah.
crazy. It's a good thing they didn't call it, I guess.
If you guys want me to, I'll go down there and get the white hat, let him sit up here and call the game.
That's all right. So I'm just,
I'm with you guys.
As this is, just an observer that's.
Well, it makes it kind of tough.
I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I don't like a lot. Let the kids play, but that's stuff like that. That's that where you see that it's pretty obvious. Now a lot of times you're holding, and we're way up here, and you sit down there and you think it might be a holding down there, but you don't know what what those officials might see, and they might be behind the play, or you might only see a little bit of it or half of it. And one thing that used to upset me more than anything is officials will call something and only see the back end of it, and they didn't see the whole play, and so it's
a perfect example.
I think the officials done it. They've done a heck of a lot.
They've done a good job. Yeah, they've done a good job. But I go back to when you say that, Coach. There's going to be a nice return for Southside. I believe that's number 31 over there. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. It's Maddox Perez on the return for the Mavs. We'll get good field position. But I go back to that Kansas City Atlanta game last Sunday.
Oh, the pass interference?
No, it was not pass interference because, according to the official, he never saw it.
Okay.
That was the explanation that they gave. So
here's the problem with they have like 9 officials on the field. Somebody sees it.
Well, that one was kind of obvious, but that was the explanation that was given. So, which I thought I would just get my mouth shut on that.
Yeah, just don't even give an explanation if that's it.
Get the ball out. Gonna be a nice gain on first down up to midfield.
See, they got to do a better job blocking out there on the edge. I mean, the receiver was there, and he kind of made a block, and then he turned around and looked.
When they do the count, too, after the ball game, I'm kind of wondering about what total yardage, counting returns and receiving that Peyton Zimmerman's got tonight. Going to throw the ball again, and it's going to be intercepted again. That was Chenoweth on the interception. That's an interesting right there. I mean, I know why they did it. It was, second down, 2nd and 2, but you still got plenty of time, 8:29 to go here. You've got all your timeouts. So
he threw it into coverage.
Yeah, it was it was triple coverage that the ball went into. So biggest series of the night right here, guys. They'll give it to Chenoweth, and he will fight his way up for about 3 or 4 yards. And
I wonder how many times he's carried the ball. Now he's estimated interception, and he plays running back, and he's carried the ball a ton of times. And
But he's 2nd down, 2nd and 7. Yeah, they'll ride him out right now with 8:04 to go here in the ball game. They had 47-35.
That quarterback, Phillips, he'll keep it one or two times here too, I'm sure.
Well, that's kind of been the good play for Southside, though, is when Phillips has kept the ball. I mean, just that the Chenoweth, a nice running here, and he's going to run again. Both they're going to get him after about maybe a yard run, but I think Southside really has kind of tried to focus on stopping the run. That may be why Mountain Home's been throwing the ball more here in the second half. Bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 5, big play here for Southside. It gets important, guys, because you can run, a minute and a half off to 2 minutes off each time you get a first down.
Correct.
Phillips wants to throw here. We'll throw the ball out, and he's got an open receiver who has a first down. That's Chenoweth.
Well, he's got a nice just throwing motion. You don't try to out, just a nice, easy pass and a catchable ball.
Yeah, just give him a chance.
Yeah.
Be 1st and 10 at the Southside 47-yard line. 7 minutes exactly to go here in the ball game. Yeah, it's not only imperative to get a hold here, guys, it's to get off the field quickly as you can. Going to run the ball again, and he's going to have a bit of a hold there. Going to get maybe 3, maybe 4 yards. That's probably at the 44-yard line to gain a 3 on the play. Bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 7. Going to work that clock down, guys. We're down to 15 seconds on the play clock. Guys, a very well-coached Mountain Home team. I like a lot of the offense they run, the way they do their things. Here's a handoff to Chenoweth, and he's going to fight his way down. He's still going and going to have a first down, it looks like. We've got an injured Maverick on the play. And with that injury, let's go ahead and take a timeout, too. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
I bought my first vehicle from Randall as a used car back in '77. I bought a first new truck in '96 from them, an F-250. Ever since then, I've stuck with Randall. They understand my business, and as a contractor, my trucks take a beating. Randall Ford has the product, and they find them for me if they don't have them on the lot. I trust Randall Ford. They've earned my business.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. It's 1st and 10 for the Bombers at the Southside 35-yard line. We've got 5:57 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 47-35. A tough break about that too, guys. You had an injured Maverick, but they can also run some more time off the clock as they reset the play clock.
Correct. But they only bring it back to 20. They reset it at 25 seconds. So it's not like it is when they reset it at 40.
Going to take their time here to run the play. There's a handoff to the other running back. And I'll tell you, he gets outside, gets a nice gain. And I'll tell you, Dawson Dunlap's a good player, too. He's got the interception earlier in the ball game and kind of gives Chenoweth a little bit of relief out there. And it's a pretty good 1-2 punch. He's 2nd down, 2nd and 1 for the Bombers. 5:24 to go here in the ball game. But, gentlemen, it's hard to overcome turnovers, and when the turnovers are 4-1 in a ball game, it's hard to win when you play a good team, and that's kind of what's happened to Southside here tonight. Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 1. And the ball off to Dunlap again. He's going to have the first down. He fights forward and gets down. The ball's on the ground. I think Southside may have it. Let's see.
They got it. They give them first down on it. Hard run. Yeah, they bring him in, and he gives them a fresh back, and
he's a hard runner too, guys.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And both him and
Chenoweth,
they're both seniors.
But they designed their plays well. That's why I like them. They're going off tackle, but they've done a good job, really. And we were kind of talking earlier, why are they not pounding the ball now when they're passing the ball? And we thought, well, maybe they're doing us a favor right there. But obviously, with the clock being what it is right now, 4:21 to go here, they're going to go ahead and start pounding the ball. And it's just tough for the Southside defense. They've been on the field a lot tonight.
Yeah.
You guys,
a lot of it's been their own demise because they could have got off at certain times, but either missed tackles or not getting to the quarterback or letting the long pass being completed. And
there's Chenoweth on the handoff. We'll get down to the 10-yard line. We'll bring up third down. Actually, spot him at the 11-yard line. It's Layden Rowe, the sophomore linebacker, making the play for the Southside defense.
Yeah, that's actually a name I've been wanting to bring up. I've been seeing him down there on the play on special teams quite a bit, and it's kind of a new number. So
well, they talk very highly of him, of one of the few sophomores that has the opportunity to play and get some experience.
He made some good plays, though, against Northside. Mm-hmm. We called his name a couple of times against Northside. So Southside's going to take a time out here with 3:44 to go in the ball game. Well, you'd kind of think, though, from where the ball's at, that they're definitely in field goal range right here. So got to get a stop here. I mean, if it comes down to you give them another first down, they could probably milk that clock down. And
I'll tell you what, though, in pregame, I watched them fumble a few snaps on trying kickoffs. So that might kind of play in our favor if we can get a stop right here.
Gentlemen, this is a big game for Southside because you look at this schedule coming up. I mean,
ain't getting easier.
You got Lake Hamilton. Lake Hamilton destroyed Little Rock Southwest 49-zip earlier this year. And then, what we can say about Shiloh. I mean, Shiloh hanging with Greenwood. So, I mean, this is one you definitely needed to win tonight. So, going to have to figure some things out here in the next 2 weeks. Be third down, third, and about 3.
Going to cut it back.
Give the ball to Chenoweth. He's going to fight his way down to about the 10-yard line. We'll bring up fourth down.
He has done a very good job of where they stretch it one way and then cut it back against the grain. And
So is that a called outside zone when they do that, or is he?
Well, it could be a call play. It depends on how they're blocking it. But I know a lot of times and particularly going to the right, he'll go to the right and then he'll bend it back to the left, and a lot of times they'll take it and wash the line down, and he kind of cuts it back.
Like a stretch.
Yeah, and Southside used to have a play like that too, and so.
Well, guys, it's fourth down here. Looks like they're going to go for it, and I tend to, you could kick the field goal and put it up to 15, but I think this is the right decision. If you make it, you're probably going to end the game anyway. If you don't make it, you pin them up inside their 10-yard line. So I think it's a win-win for Mountain Home.
You got 90 yards to go, and you're up 2 scores, and you got 3 minutes and so many seconds.
Well, I mean, call me the optimist here, but I like to think if you don't kick the field goal here, we're going to stop you, and then we got a chance to win at the end after we get the onside kick. I'm going way out there, ain't I?
We call that a Rick Schaeferism.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Nothing wrong with being positive, and let's see if Southside can get that. And they may do it. It may be a deal, too. You never know. This has been a game of ebb and flows and a lot of momentum going both ways, and, maybe Southside can get that, obviously.
They're going and so you got those two.
There we go. Hey, I'm just going to go back to, we've been talking a lot about Fields of Faith today, and there's nothing too big for God, Keith, okay?
You're exactly right.
Okay, we can do this.
You're exactly right.
Well, that was Ethan Dunn that made the play for Southside, and, you guys, good job by the defense, though.
Absolutely.
Nonetheless,
100%.
A lot of fight still in the defense.
One thing I was really impressed me earlier was the story you told about the origins of that Fields of Faith coming from
Josiah,
King Josiah.
King Josiah,
That's a good one for everybody to look up. I like it.
It's in Chronicles.
Good story.
Be 1st and 10 for the Mavs. About the 12-yard line. Forsgren wants to throw the ball over the middle. It should be a pass interference, a lot of contact.
I think there have been a couple of them that D-back got there a little early on.
And the problem with those plays, guys, is he gets there early, that ball gets knocked up in the air, and it's anybody's ball,
That's what happened on the last one, the last interception.
Bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. Forsgren again wants to throw. He's got time to throw the ball, and will throw the ball high, incomplete. Mountain Home doing a good job, guys. I'd mentioned this earlier.
They're zone. They're just playing. They're just playing zone. You got
guarding the chains.
Yeah,
But they've done a good job at 3-man rush. Has really gotten some pressure on Forsgren. He's got a little bit throw the ball a little bit quicker, I think, than he wants to sometimes. And you're right, though, they're dropping those 8 guys back, and so when they do throw the ball, it's usually into double coverage, more than likely. Forsgren has time. He will roll now. He will keep the ball, and he will run, makes a nice move, and will fight his way up to about the 19-yard line. We've got 3:11 to go here in the ball game. Obviously 4-down territory.
What was impressive about this, how fast they rallied to the football.
Mm-hmm.
Southside go trip set to the right of Forsgren. Looking to throw. He's got time now. He is being flushed out of the pocket. I'll throw the ball down the field, and it's going to be incomplete, and
that's it.
They'll lose the ball on downs now. 2:45 to go here, and
that may be roughing down there. If it's not, it's holding. So
from that official, it's holding.
Yeah.
The only one that really calls roughing.
Yeah.
The only one that calls roughing the passer is usually the referee, because that's his responsibility. Yeah, that's his responsibility.
Let's see, they'll take over. They'll decline that penalty and take over at the 20-yard line. Actually, the 19-yard line, which is, at this point, kind of irrelevant. Southside has one timeout, 2:45 to go here.
The defense has played fairly well this half.
Second half, they played real well.
You gave up the 4th down touchdown pass, and then they had the interception, had the short field, and did he not score on 4th down or 3rd and?
Yeah, I think that's
4th down.
Yeah,
yes.
4th down,
and that was after a turnover too.
Yeah.
Actually, it was I think both their points came after turnovers. Yeah. They've scored 2 touchdowns this half, so Southside. Well, no, actually it was 35, so they've actually scored 3 touchdowns this half, but a lot of them have been because of the turnovers. Southside going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one too. You're watching Southside Maverick football on the Maverick Sports Network.
No, they've only scored 2.
Have you been to the River Valley's only multi-sport facility? Then let's hang out. The Hangout in Fort Smith is the only sports facility that offers indoor tennis and pickleball, indoor and outdoor basketball, and has now added multiple soccer fields. Soccer leagues are forming soon. Did you know the Hangout also has an 8,000 square foot fitness center with bar, yoga, HIIT, and Pilates classes? The Hangout, 5400 Gary Street, or thehangoutfs.com. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
From the minute you walk into Randall Ford, they greet you, they're kind, they're going to ask you what you need, what you're looking for, and they're all very friendly, even down to the service department. Those guys are so kind. The salesmen are going to make sure that you know that vehicle before you leave the lot. They're going to review the details, all the features of the vehicle, so you can leave with confidence knowing that the vehicle you're in, how to drive it. Randall Ford really listened to me, and I drove away with exactly what I wanted.
Welcome back to action. It'll be second down here. They'll hand the ball off. He's going to be hitting the back. There's Ethan Dunn, guys. Give that young man credit. He made the big play on fourth down on the previous series. He's really stepped up and makes another play right there for the Southside defense. Brings up third down, third and about 8.
I just wish Ethan was about 3 inches taller.
A little bit longer.
Yeah, because he's a stud.
But let me ask you, I'll give you a comparison of another Maverick, Dimitri Lloyd. Do you think there's a comparison there as far as backers?
Right, exactly. Gosh, anymore, the way they look at players and stuff, it's all analytical, and they don't measure a heart. They just measure how big you are.
Oh, nice run by Phillips to the inside. We'll get down to just short of the 10-yard line. Actually, with the marking system, it'd probably be at the 10-yard line, so they'll bring up fourth and about, that may be a first down.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the ball was about the 19, so it's going to be fourth and about a yard. We're down to 1:28 on the clock.
Yeah, I'd get up underneath the center and quarterback sneak it,
blow them up,
and then kneel it.
Well, that's been a good play for them all night, guys.
No tush push.
With its 47, I don't know. They might try to score again, and I'll tell you the reason why. They have that 13-point deal on tiebreakers and stuff, and so
yeah, they're going to take a timeout here. You're right, though, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think if you get a chance to get those points and get what you need to get the tiebreaker,
you almost have to.
Yeah, you pretty much, yeah.
And coaches understand that on both sidelines.
It's one thing if you're trying to put up 50 when you're up 50, but.
Well, it's been one of those games tonight, guys. The turnover battle is really kind of, and the penalties. Southside's had, I don't know the total yardage on the penalties or anything, but Mavs have had several more penalties called tonight than what we've seen on the other side of the ball. So penalties and turnovers really, if you want to look at one thing that kind of was the difference. And you guys talked about this, the defense, and I'm going to correct this, guys. My math in my head's not very good. We actually have only given up 2 touchdowns here in the second half, which is really a good job by this Southside defense. But it's been the turnovers that really have kind of done us in.
Yeah, most definitely. It's giving them short field, and
they're going to do the quarterback sneak again, and here it is. And
I didn't have it first.
I don't know if
he got a good spot.
He got a good spot.
Yeah, so that should be able to run the clock out. Tyrone Palmer there for the Southside defense. Yeah, Southside got a good push off the line.
Look where they got the chains at. It's between the hashes. Look at that. It's the first time I've seen that all year.
Actually, the ball was marked inside the hash this time, guys.
I think a lot of times when the game gets more on the line, it'll become they pretty much mark it the way it's supposed to be marked.
Yeah, and folks, we're kind of kidding around here right now. We're not. There's nothing going on here. That's just a great job by this Mountain Home team to come in here and win this ball game tonight. In fact, that may be your last play of the ball game. We're right on the clock, so they can run it out. Southside going to fall tonight, 47-35. Again, it's the mistakes that Southside made that kind of were the difference in the ball game. You can't make those against good teams, and it's going to be that way every week. And this, the Southside team, it's a young team, guys, but it's also a team that you can't make the mistakes if you're going to win ball games.
And the thing about it, they had it, they kind of had it under control until they threw that. They had a chance to tie it up or go ahead, and they threw the pick.
They're going to try to score, just like you said, Coach.
Yeah. I figured they would because it's that 13 point, which I think I just think it's wrong.
Well, I think in this situation it is now.
Well, it puts you in a situation where, okay, you think they're trying to run the score up. Or, okay, what if your quarterback gets hurt on this?
Right. Or that Chenoweth or any of them,
You don't want that to happen, but still, it's, they're lining up. Oh, they're going to kick a field goal.
Oh, that'd give them their points anyway, wouldn't it?
Yeah. This is actually a good call, though.
It really is.
It was the circumstance that when they called it was kind of the difference. But, yeah, I agree with this. Go ahead and try to get those points from Isaac Ballard. And plus you're working on something. There's the kick, and it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And they're going to hit the 50 mark now. That'll be your final score. Southside going to fall here 50-35.
And and here's the thing about it. A lot of people in the stands are going to say, well, that's just really they're running the score up. But, there is that 13-point tiebreaker where you have to have the 13. They use that as a barometer as far as, separating ties and stuff and total points, differential and stuff. And so it is what it is,
Well, Coach, I think it's a good thing, too.
They kicked the field goal. They didn't try to, score, a touchdown, and so.
Well, I think it's a good thing, too, just in the fact that, you're giving your field goal kicker a chance to get out there and get in the ball game, get a chance to do something. So, no, there was nothing in there that I just think it was the timing of the thing. They ran the clock down and then called the timeout, and that got people thinking about that. But, yeah, there was nothing in there that they did. Now, here's somebody. We got a guy not too happy over there with that. But anyway, that Southside going to fall here 50-35. And, again, gentlemen, I could just say the first half, it was a really tough end there at the first half. 3 straight touchdowns for Mountain Home to open up that Southside was had 21-14, and they went 35-21. Yep. 3 straight touchdowns. And
they got the ball at the half.
Yeah, and the one that really was a killer was that one right there before the end of the half. Southside had the ball moving down, and then you get the big play on first down. They go down and get the touchdown.
If they don't score there, it's the way the game at the end might have turned out to be different.
A lot different ball game.
Yeah.
Exactly, guys. Again, Southside falls to not 50-35, a tough loss as they open the 6A conference. Gentlemen, final thoughts on tonight's ball game?
Well, I thought, we were going to have to come out and defense was going to have to stand up and play real hard from the get-go because I really felt like this Mountain Home team was going to be probably as good as Northside, maybe a little bit better. I think after watching them play, I think they might be a little bit better than Northside was, So we gave it a valiant fight, and, it kind of came down to exactly what you said, mistakes and missed tackles. That's really to me was the difference in this ball game tonight. So I'd say that's the 2 things you got to work on in practice this week.
Well, I just think the missed tackles in the first half. Defense played a lot better in the second half. They gave up the fourth down pass play for the first touchdown, and then they 4th and short or 4th and 4, and he kind of bent it back and went outside. But they got the ball. Where'd they start at the 25-yard line from the pass interception. So. Southside, it's like I say, they're young and they competed and they didn't give up. And, I think good things happen, but you can't have all those turnovers.
Yeah.
The turnovers in there and the touchdown right before halftime is the difference.
I like the way Southside competed at the end of the ball game, especially the defense stepping up. Ethan Dunn making some big plays on defense. Derek Lacey coming up making some big plays, guys.
Out there.
And I like the effort that they had, but it was one of those games where 4-1 turnovers, penalty yardage was probably triple at least, and just things you can't do if you're going to beat good teams. And make no mistake about it, this Mountain Home team, they're 4-0 right now, and they're going to be in the thick of this all year.
They're legit.
Yeah, I think if they hadn't, been up at the top of the rankings right there, that last field goal probably wouldn't have been attempted, But for those guys, it could have some big postseason, implications. So they got to do what they got to do, and kind of like what you said, Keith. I always said in that situation when I had a little bit of to do with the coaching is, you work on in that situation. The ball game is won. You still work on what you need to work on. And kicking field goals is something you can always work on.
Well, I agree, guys. It's going to be things don't get any easier next week for Southside. It's going to be, I kind of call this a gauntlet. This was the one game I think Southside really needed because they've got to go on the road next week. They'll take on Lake Hamilton next Friday night. There, we've got a couple of road games coming up, and then get to go up to Shiloh Christian the next week, which I'll tell you what, that's going to be a tough one too, guys. I don't know what they ended up with Greenwood on.
They ended up losing, I think it was 28-17.
28-17, but they're going to be tough. So that's two tough road games that Southside's going to have. So you got things you got to work on, things you got to get better at, and this is a work in progress for Southside. So, and we knew this coming in, guys. We never going to have our hiccups at times, and we did stuff that young teams do, and hopefully learn from it, bounce back from it, and come back next week. Yeah, come back next week and have a good effort down at Lake Hamilton. And again, next week, Southside will travel down to Hot Springs to go take on Lake Hamilton. Game time will be 7 o'clock. If you can't make the trip down there, check us out on the Maverick Sports Network. Again, Southside falls tonight to Mountain Home 50-35. Everybody have a great weekend, and go Mavs!